All right, we are live, everybody. Dirty Rob is here as the guest, so that's good. How's it going, Rob? The way I like to start these streams, though, is usually, I like people to tell about their channel a little bit too, and then we'll get into whatever you want. Please subscribe to Dirty Rob. His link is there. His Twitter is there. Follow him on Twitter. So, Dirty Rob, just talk a bit about your channel, and then we could talk about whatever you want after that.
I think a lot of people know here, what I do over on my channel. We do a lot of gaming streams. We do a lot of sports streams. Every so often we like to, do some hangout streams, which are quite entertaining. When it's not the summer times, you occasionally get the Dirtiest Rob streams. And those are quite entertaining for everybody but me in the morning. Because then you have to go back and deal with a whole bunch of people going, you look like a jack, so it's fine. But yeah, mainly just sports stuff. Right now it's mainly football because everything shut down like as soon as I was going to start covering it all. So so that's what we have to deal with.
Yeah. Now. If there's anybody here who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe to Dirty Rob. I'm always there too. I love his content. And his channel is great, so check it out. So what do you want to talk? Is there anything on your mind that you would want to talk about specifically, or
not right away? I mean, we could just kind of lead in with if there's something on your mind.
Yeah. So I don't really like to talk politics, but I'll talk a little bit about it right now.
That's fine. Because there's quite a bit going on right now.
Yeah, who do you think is going to win between Biden and Trump? Do you think that Trump is going to... Everybody just says Trump's going to win. Do you think that's true, or do you think that Biden has a chance?
It's hard because of last election cycle, right? 2016, we all remember that Trump had no chance, right? And we're seeing a lot of those patterns start to arise again in the media. Big gap in the polls, big gap in this poll, big gap in that poll, big gap in this poll. And I was like, it wasn't that the same story leading up into the last election, then the dude wins.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried about that. But deep down, to me, it seems like if it wasn't any such a divisive president where it was such as the people who support him are so fanatical about supporting him, which isn't a bad thing. It's fine to support the president the way that you're going to. I think Obama had a similar effect on people, but just not as polarizing. I think the people that hated Barack could stomach him more than the people who hate Trump can stomach, than people, some people who don't like Trump really cannot, it's like a bad thing. It's like a visceral problem. So,
that's how I feel sometimes.
So to me, it's I would really like to see Biden win. Just, I guess, to get to my point here, it'd be more. I would really like to see Biden win, specifically because I don't know if Trump has been good for the country. I know the economy.
Yeah.
Is that something Trump has done for the economy, or is it the rule of you don't really see the effects of the president until 2 to 3 years after they're done being president? That's been the case for literally every single president. I mean,
true.
It's like a phenomena you learn if you ever take an advanced economics class. It's like one of the craziest first things they teach you is how the current sitting president's economy almost has nothing to do with them until 3 years later. It's like so I don't know, and I'm not trying to take away anything from the business side of what Trump was doing. Having him in power, it brings a lot of confidence in big business for whatever reason. I will give Trump his credit in there. And I thought that was going to single-handedly get him reelected, because until Corona and the most recent outbreak of the protests, I was like, there's nothing that's going to get this dude unelected right now. He's going to be president. Now I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm on the fence right now about this whole thing.
Because before I thought it was a home run for him.
Same here. I thought Trump was going to win. It was going to be easy. But now I think Biden has a lot to use against him.
Just the response to this pandemic. The response to the pandemic has not been the best.
Handled correctly. He hadn't handled the COVID correctly. All this kind of stuff,
Biden needs to pick up. I've been reading a lot of people's opinions and everything, and I understand it.
All right, wait. Yeah, I just want to do something. If you guys like Trump, press 1. If you don't like him, press 2, because I want to see where the chat is. I know some people really hate him and some people really like him. Like, that's the thing with him, Rob. He either has a lot of love or a lot of hate. There's no guy that's like, in between with Trump.
Yeah, no, I used to be completely, indifferent, but now I'm kind of, I was one of those, we'll see what he does. And it's just, let's see, we got a lot of ones.
8 plus 3, what the hell? Wait, Nuzdar, you like Trump? What?
Seems about divided.
I can't, if you're a Muslim, I don't know how you like Trump. I'm sorry. He literally tried to ban people from the country, from countries and
Nuzdar pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, he definitely had to. Nuzdar is going ham.
Nuzdar.
Stop spamming.
That's pro-Trump. Nuzdar,
1 is Trump, 2 is the other way. Eric is 2, Alex is 2, Colby's 1, Eric is 2. Everybody seems to be going. Aiden put 3. I don't know what the hell 3 is. But
and okay. I prefer Trump to win because, of course, like I'm like a Democrat. But like, I mean, I won't shit on anyone for their political beliefs. It is what it is.
And that's the thing. I think you have the right to have whatever political belief you want.
Because to be honest, I'm more of a centrist Democrat. Like I believe more because I think there are a lot of good sides from the right. I like the views on guns. I think those are great. I like the views on property. I like the views on very certain things that my party just hates. I'm like, yeah, those are good things.
The one thing I don't like about Republicans is they're so gung-ho on like corporations.
Very weird thing. Yeah, the corporate welfare is a bit of a problem in the Republic. They like welfare. They love welfare on the right, but because only if it goes to corporations.
The 1,200 check, but then when I found out how much the corporations got, I was like, what? And they didn't need it. Like some of the corporations that got all this money, like the airline industry was doing fine. They didn't really care. They didn't really need it.
Yeah, everyone hates socialism until it's business socialism.
Yeah, everybody says they hate socialism, but then they're like, "Don't take my Social Security." But that's
I don't want to pay. And businesses are like, "Well, we love it when we get subsidized." Yeah, that's socialism. That's why you don't have to. Fucking idiots.
Mercury, Trump can't win that many times, obviously. What's up, Mysteria?
To be fair to Trump, and I'm not even trying to like say that he's got any problems, but like Trump and Biden are nearly the same age, aren't they?
They are pretty similar.
They're both like 74, and they're maybe
Biden's a little older than him, but it's not that much of a difference.
And we all know how Trump's been getting a clean bill of health. He's been having his son Barron wear a Trump mask and go in there because he's already bigger than Barron. Or Barron's already. No, I'm just playing. I hope the guy does. I hope the guy, just dies of old age.
Isn't Barron
like clearly
10 feet tall or something?
Yeah, dude, he's a monster already.
How did Biden win the nomination? I really was hoping it would be Bernie Sanders because the funny thing is, people always talk about socialism and they don't want it. But like Rob said, come on, most of the programs we have in this country are socialist. If you really think about it, and a lot of the people go full socialist, like democratic socialism is what he's talking about.
We're already pretty much there.
Yeah.
I mean, from an objective standpoint, we're pretty goddamn. Biden is 78. Trump's 74. You guys are acting like there's a major difference between 74 and 7. Do you think there's a major difference between how I felt when I was 24 and how I'm going to feel when I turn 28? Because I feel no different from when I turned 22 to 27.
Biden is 77.
I feel no different physically. What's up?
I said Biden is 77 right now.
Okay.
He's turning 78, but that's later on.
Okay, so he's basically 78. Okay.
78
They're literally 3 years.
I'm just saying 4 years is not a difference to cry about. Plus, Biden, I think he's in good health. I don't think he has anything wrong with him besides the fact that, like, he did seem like he had memory loss or something, but have you seen him
all
lately?
Of a sudden it stopped. All of a sudden that stopped.
On point. I don't know what the hell happened.
Trump is down in the polls by 7%.
And I'm not a Biden supporter.
Yeah, Mercury, we brought up the fact that you shouldn't probably trust the polls right now because of last year's debacle with everything.
Plus,
but it was also more of a gerrymandering election that the Republicans were able to pull off last year, which was a brilliant strategy by Donald Trump. But that strategy won't work twice in a row.
Yeah.
Because now the Democrats know, all right, we kind of got fucked around by a very smart fucking campaigning strategy of hitting certain spots and getting the right votes in the right spots.
He said Trump will win.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see. I thought Trump was going to win too, but now I'm kind of on the fence with how this year's been going and how 2020 has been an awful year, one of the worst. And you don't want it to be in the
I mean, the majority didn't even vote for Trump, so I don't really know what you're talking about.
Plus,
silent majority, what are you talking about? The silent majority would be the people that aren't represented by the person in power anymore, which would be the people who technically put more votes for Hillary, right? I mean, if we're being honest, like, or if we're going to use words correctly, I mean, technically, Hillary got more votes, and if we actually were in a democratic system that everybody thinks that we're in, Hillary would be our president right now.
Yeah,
we're in a
we
republic.
do it by states and stuff like that, which is
that's how you know we're not in a democracy, by the way, is because we're in a republic.
We're in a representative democracy.
Yeah, it's a republic basically.
Yeah.
We choose people who make the decisions for us. Technically. No, and I'm not even saying anything wrong with how Trump won. I'm saying he did it by technical standard, by winning electoral votes in the correct manner. You win certain counties in certain states and try to win. It's very, very it's a very tricky, good game.
Yeah, and also I think Biden has a lot of supporters that liked Obama as well.
Yeah, I think there's that, and I think a lot of those Obama people voted for Trump because they hated Hillary Clinton's guts.
Yeah, nobody liked Hillary.
If you remember that the 08 campaign between her and Obama, that was brutal. She started.
Hillary and Obama were going neck and neck, and Obama beat her.
And a lot of the people who are like gung-ho Obama people, kind of like yours truly here, I would have never. I didn't vote last election because I refused to participate.
Yeah,
I would never vote for Hillary.
I didn't like either of the candidates, but.
And I couldn't bring a lot. I have a lot of friends who voted for Trump, but they're now Democrats again.
Also,
they don't have to. They're fine. They're very excited for Biden.
This election is like elections always comes down to only like a few states, the swing states. Those are the most important ones because every other states pretty much usually stay the same. Like New York is going to be Democrat, California is going to be Democrat.
Yeah, I know a lot of people said lots of Obama fans voted for Trump. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But they can guess who they see now running for the president again. They see their vice president that they idolize.
Yeah.
Because they loved Biden. Obama people love Biden, and they think that Obama's going to run the presidency anyway. He's clearly like part of the campaign. Because I've never seen I seen Biden taking like weird shots and like weird angles. And then all of a sudden, this dude went from, I'm just going to hit home runs and every time I appear on camera now. Randomly. Really quickly, too, by the way. So I wonder who's helping him.
My big problem with Trump is the taxes. That's my huge thing. You can't take many deductions off. He's changed a lot of tax laws. And it was the Republicans that forced him to do it, but he signed the bill at the end of the day. So I don't like that. Let's see what's he saying? Nobody gave Trump a chance in 2016. And guess what? Yeah, so nobody's giving Biden. If you think about it, most people would say Trump is going to win this election. So that means that wouldn't Biden be the underdog? Isn't that what it means?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I think the best thing for people to do is to kind of ignore polls. Even the Fox News polls. Those seem to be.
GOAT just proves how bad Hillary was. Yeah, Hillary, nobody really liked Hillary. There were a lot of people who were divided on her.
A lot of people just sat the election out. They were just like, I'm not voting.
Especially the Bernie supporters, which this time Bernie is fully, he didn't even.
He's trying to get him to vote.
He's trying to get Biden. Joe. He's like anybody.
He's like, dude, we need. Yeah, Biden's ate like 3 babies, but no one cares about babies. I throw them in, I dunk them in basketball hoops on the regular. I fucking go outside of the back of an abortion clinic and they throw me them out as they come out and I dunk them on a trampoline.
Wait, Eric said, am I right or am I right? What do you mean? 2000. Yeah, it was 2 bad candidates. Yeah, it's 2 bad candidates again. It's like
Biden's not as terrible this time. Yeah. It's like Biden's literally like, yeah, Biden's got some creepy shit in his past, but so does Trump. It's not like Trump's a clean candidate. You know what I don't understand is why like the Trump people are acting like there's this moral high grandstanding they could take against Joe Biden. Like your guy's been accused of the same exact shit. Yeah, your guy has a whole list of like pedophilia charges that are like being alleged against him that he paid off down in Mar-a-Lago. If you don't believe me, look that shit up. That's a real thing, by the way. There's a whole bunch of names being. They're saying
Sorry,
that
Rob,
Trump
you
and
were-
Epstein, because you know Trump and Epstein,
Yeah.
you know that those two were like this, right? That
Yeah, they were
Jeffrey
tight.
Epstein and his pedophile island.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
who
I
knows
heard
what
about
either. And I know Biden did some creepy shit too. So I'm not trying to defend either person.
Okay, Alex,
Even
I get
Rob
what
knew
you're
that
saying.
abortion.
You don't think Biden
Yeah.
you don't think Biden can beat Trump, but you don't give any explanation of why you don't think he could beat Trump. I think he can. I didn't think before, like you said, Rob, before the COVID and the protests, I didn't think it was possible. But since this stuff has happened, a lot of people, I've even seen Trump supporters who are like loyal to him.
This is not. He's not doing good.
Question him. You know? There's video proof of Trump doing shit too, Mercury. There's video proof of Trump saying grab him by the pussy. And no, that is not locker room talk. Nobody says that in any locker room. Been in locker rooms, nobody says it. The star's like, Hillary is my president.
God damn it.
Even Rob knew that abortion anecdote was.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking about slam dunking fetuses. I don't think it was going to a dark place.
Oh, that yeah.
I posted that link on my thing there. It's because I don't see some of the regulars, like Michael or
Bernie has a better chance to beat Trump than Bernie would have annihilated Trump.
That would have been interesting. That would have been interesting.
He would have destroyed him because he would have just. He's a populist.
It still feels like it's going to be interesting, like the
Yeah.
Trump versus Biden, whatever the hell that turns into.
I dislike Biden too. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, none
Do you
of these
think they're going to
candidates
get?
are good.
Do you think they're going to get in a fist fight?
I think Trump would win that fist fight, man. I
don't know. That'd be interesting. Do you think Trump's ever actually been in a fight?
I don't know.
Biden did grow up a little bit more poor than the other one.
Yeah, Biden.
Hey man, if you're saying Biden likes little girls, look up Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, and the list of little girls that have allegedly were paid off by Donald Trump. The families paid off. There's a whole list of them, by the way.
Trump's racist. I don't care what anybody says. He's clearly racist. He says ban Muslims. He says that Mexican people are rapists and murderers.
I'm just really excited for two mid to late 70-year-olds to yell at each other. This is going to be so hilarious.
Yeah.
I like the chaos of it all, really.
Who has a bigger... Wow, Sam Smith, really? Come on.
Yeah, see, Eric knows what I'm talking about, all the girls that were allegedly paid off by Trump. And, there's real... Because it's it's all
Trump has done this multiple times, paid off people. He paid off the porn star that he was with.
Who runs in 2024? That's the interesting question. The Republican Party.
Stormy Daniels.
I think the Democrats run a woman candidate. And I don't know. I think there's a couple Democrats you can look at that are governors right now. You could look at possibly Andrew Cuomo running. You could potentially look to Gretchen Whitmer from. You could see my governor running Whitmer right now. She's doing in liberal circles.
How old will Alexandria Cortez be? She won't be.
She'll still be too young. Yeah, she's not going to run quite yet.
Though,
and I don't know if she's going to run.
I know,
yet, but Whitmer. In liberal circles right now, Gretchen Whitmer, she's probably going to be propped up. I would imagine Gavin Newsom's going to be ran really hard by the liberals, and Kamala Harris again. And those are the four and Pete Buttigieg. Those are the five that the Democrats are probably going to parade out in 2024.
Now Bloomberg is coming back. He's coming back.
He might call it too, because those are five younger people.
Yeah, I give you that. But I'm saying in terms of money and spending. Bloomberg spent so much, even though he lost, spent millions of dollars.
And then on the Republican sides, do you try to find young ones like Paul Ryan? Do you run him again?
I don't know who can win. Who would be a Republican candidate? Really, in 2024 is hard.
A lot of liberals really see that. You may think so, but if you're a liberal right now, a lot of liberals are praising Governor Cuomo.
I don't think Pence has a chance. I don't think Pence has a chance.
If you're the Republican Party, you should run your youngest candidate. You should see if Paul Ryan will give it a run. I heard Mitt Ryan.
What about Jeb Bush?
Mitt Romney might be your best shot.
Watch Jeb Bush. Mitt Romney, Jeb Bush.
Oh, yeah. You know what? For the liberals, Beto O'Rourke. I forgot all about him.
Yeah.
If he can refocus, it again. Yeah. But
he's still young, too. Yeah.
For the right, I don't know if Pence is a good idea, to be fairly honest. He won't win.
Wait. Sad words. Aren't you from Texas? You probably don't like Beto.
I feel like
Mike
Mitt's
Pence
a really
might
good
run. Mike
option.
Pence, I don't believe has a chance. I don't know why. I just don't believe in that guy. Do you
If
think
you're
Mike
gonna run an
Pence-
older, no, Mike has no shot. The old guy you want to run for the Republicans right now, your best bet, Mitt Romney. If you want to win in 2024 with an older candidate, run Mitt. I know you guys don't like him on the Trump side of everything, but Mitt has your most crossover appeal.
Shapiro?
He would be such a. Did someone say Ben Shapiro?
No, he's saying he's a fucktard.
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say yeah. Don't
That
go
was
with Ben
Sam Smith who
Shapiro.
said that.
Facts don't care about your feelings. Yeah.
Peter almost beat Ted. Yeah, I know, in Texas. So what? Ted Cruz is that's another candidate that could run actually on the Republican side because Rob, he was the second guy behind Trump.
Oh yeah, someone just said Cuban 2024. That's someone you could also watch out for, but nobody knows what party he's gonna run for if he runs.
What do you mean?
Because
Mitt
he's
Romney?
like,
Colby said Mitt Romney's gay. What do you mean?
no, Mitt Romney's a really good candidate for you guys to run after Trump. I think he would palate cleanse a lot of
I don't know
Trump
if he's gonna try because last time he tried.
No, because I think he said he just wants to be governor of Utah.
Yeah,
I think he's just happy.
Stay that way. What's up?
I think it took it out of him. But I think it's going to be somebody young for the Republicans. Like they had a couple young promising guys that Trump just really just destroyed. Marco Rubio,
he got destroyed.
He's going to be an option. He's going to be a lot stronger this time.
Yeah.
Paul Ryan's going to be an option, I think. There'll be some interesting new candidates for the Republicans.
Yeah, Paul Ryan.
They can't run the same old people out.
They can't. The old people are going to get done. People are tired of them entirely.
Oh shit! What's up, Michael Grant? I figured that would be a good idea. Maybe we got Michael Grant over here.
I don't even see him.
I have the chat open up like right here, so I see it real quick.
No, what's up, Michael Grant? Welcome to the stream. Yeah,
but yeah, that's fun politics stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to talk too much about it, but just a little bit.
No, it's fine.
There's stuff going on. What is going on with the protest? Has it because I don't see
right today is Juneteenth. What's it
actually
called?
So this
Juneteenth?
is the reason why I had off, Rob. Remember I said I don't know the reason, so I just found out it was because of Juneteenth. They gave us the day off because they want us to reflect and think about all this kind of stuff. So there you go, Rob. This kind of thing gave us a day off.
Interesting that we're in June. I think this should probably be celebrated as a holiday.
Yeah.
As a national holiday.
Yeah. And
this country's greatest the country's original greatest sin is slavery. Yeah. And the closer we get to
and weren't the slaves emancipated on this day?
This is the day they found out that they were freed in Texas. A lot of them celebrate. This is a very big deal to a lot of people. And it should be celebrated the same as Independence Day. We should have 2 days in the summertime that we celebrate independence. It's just something that should be celebrated. It's weird that it's not. And it's cool that we're coming to a point in society that we're going to start doing that. A lot of people are a little upset that they're taking down the statues.
Yeah.
But
who cares, man?
Guys, they're slave owners. They were like, I know George Washington found your country. But if I found out one of the people who founded Israel took slaves and then ripped all their teeth out and then put them into his teeth so he could have nice dentures, I would be like, yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about this guy anymore.
I don't think
let's delete him.
They haven't taken the Washington statue.
They ripped them down in Oregon, in Seattle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Dude, they ripped down a Jefferson one. They ripped down the one out in Seattle and one in Seattle. And I know people are very going to feel very upset about that. But at the end of the day, they were terrible men who owned slaves and didn't care about them. I know Washington freed the slaves upon his death, but he still ripped their teeth out and made his own teeth for them.
Yeah, Jared Williams, we can see you. I don't know what you mean by that. Can you see me? But yeah, I'm lucky I had the day off. No, I wasn't lucky. It was shocking to me. It was kind of cool because I got like 2 days off this week. Tuesday was my birthday. They gave us that off, and they gave us this. So that was great. A lot of companies had off that I know actually today.
Yeah. And one of the things I also noticed, a lot of those statues didn't come up until like the 1960s.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are all these statues of slave owners and Confederate war soldiers popping up in the 1960s across
Because
America?
because that's
Washington did not have wooden teeth. They tell you that as a lie because they don't want to tell you that Washington would rip the teeth out of slaves for his dentures. Because that's very fucking dark, by the way.
yeah.
That literally makes Washington seem like a human, like a literal monster. What else are you gonna put on? Are you gonna bury him with the slave teeth? You know how bad that would look if his grave was robbed?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, the statues. I think they came out in the '60s because '60s was
A lot of them did.
Civil
A
rights.
lot of civil rights stuff happened. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they start erecting old generals of the Confederacy.
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, all of those should be ripped down. Every one of those. Because you know why they were put up. They weren't put up to commemorate a 6-year-long insurrection against the United States. They were put up there to remind black people that, hey, if we had our way around here, look what could happen. And it's like, ooh, that's pretty threatening to me. That's threatening, those statues. They seem, and I know they're not supposed, that's what they were intended to do, to remind, to put there. Also acknowledging June 19th is to acknowledge it, and it wasn't that long. No, it wasn't that long ago. It's literally, slavery ended. Let's see, America's 200, and let's see, 1776 is the official birth, right? Roughly. Yeah. It's 2020, so if you go 2020 minus 1776, the America's 244 years ago, and slavery ended in, I believe, 1880 at the earliest. So 140 years ago, guys, that's not that long ago. In the grand scheme of things, we're literally still in the ending of this. We're still we're at a weird, everyone acts like it was a long time ago. It's not even been 150 of those years. If you, I think there's like a crazy statistic about America that if you're like,
is when slavery ended.
Slavery ended. Okay, so I was a little early. So it's been about 160, 170 years. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this. If you're 70 years old, 80 years old, America's 244 years old. You've lived through like a quarter of the country. It's just like weird how young and new everything that's been happening in the history is. So a lot of people like to pretend like it had, like, if you live 3 generations, if you got a great grandparent that's alive, they lived through a real fucked up version of this country.
They did. And that's why you can see how they're different. They have different views than you. That's why.
I'm not saying slavery ended across the world. I'm saying in the United States it ended. I know in other parts of the world. I mean, I'm not trying to talk about the across the globe.
Yeah, we can't talk about it.
It was an America-focused conversation. If we're talking about in Africa, they still have tons of horrible slavery.
We're talking about in America. We're trying to stick to this country.
Just centric. We're
yes, Black Lives Matter. We know Nazdar. He's like yelling, "Black Lives Matter." I don't even know who could disagree with that, and I hate the people that say all lives matter. Don't you hate that, Rob? Doesn't that shit just piss you off when you hear it?
It comes across as a protest to a protest.
Yeah.
It's like I heard a beautiful analogy the other day for how that goes, and a way for people to I believe this is also the one that made me understand the whole thing, and I heard it really, really quickly. It's basically like, okay, so there's a fire department. They come to put out a house fire. There's just one house on fire on a row of, like, there's 3-4 houses on a row. One's on fire. So the fire department comes and they start putting out the water. They start spraying water on all the other houses first. Yeah. They do the first one, then they do the second one. And then everyone's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? We're trying to put the fucking fire out at this house right now. It's burning. It's on fire. And the cops go, or the fire people go, well, every house has a right to not be on fire. We have to, all houses, all houses matter. It's kind of a silly thing. It's kind of a stretch, but basically, yeah, because it's in a country where there's more white people. That's
I hate that argument. The country has way more white people.
Yeah, it's about proportions. It's about statistics and proportions. If you like to ignore, basically what it is, but the fire department goes, all houses matter. No, yeah. But we know all houses matter, but that one's on fire. It needs to be put out like right now, or else it's going to be gone. Like it's going to be but it's basically, that's the way I had it explained to me.
George Floyd wasn't a felon. What?
Yeah, he was. He had that.
Oh, he was? I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, he had a criminal history, but it doesn't mean that he needs to be executed for any crime.
Yeah, he was executed. No, but I'm saying he was executed for writing like fake checks or something.
Potentially, that he probably might not have even known that was a fake 20. You know how often that happens in retail that you get fake money?
Yeah, I mean, so what? Like,
accidentally,
that's not a death sentence. You know, that's not worth a death sentence for that. It's not just him though, Mercury. It's not just George Floyd. You can go through a bunch of names. Eric Garner.
Didn't he go to prison for that and serve his time?
So if you go to prison, he went out. And
if you go to prison, you can never be forgiven for your crimes. Is that how you view the world, Mercury? That people can never be forgiven for the wrongs that they've done in the world? Because I mean, at that point in time, yeah, he did some wrong shit.
But the case in Atlanta that Rob talked about with the taser.
They ruled that was straight murder. They dogged. Yeah. They're like, no, they could have tased him. They literally, the people that charged those two guys with murder said, no, they could have took. He was no threat at all. And I was like, yeah, I told
you. Actually, the taser that he had nothing to tase back with, so he couldn't even.
No, it was an empty taser. That he stole everybody. It was just straight murder.
Yeah.
Exactly what I told everybody when I watched that video. I went, oh.
Well, so what happened to those cops, by the way, in that case? I haven't really
murder. Both of them are charged. They're both charged with first-degree murder. They gave him first degree. Dude, no, they fucked them. They're fucked. They didn't even give him second.
You know what it is? In Atlanta, it's a lot of like, you know.
They can't afford that. They can't afford that shit. They can't have him get charged.
God, all these Republicans are making me sick. Yeah, Brandon the Bug.
No, go James. That was murder. That's straight first-degree murder because they had no reason to shoot at him. Yeah. 0. He was running away with an empty taser.
Yeah, that's not a reason to kill somebody. White or black.
And what George Floyd did, there's no death penalty for passing counterfeit money. I looked almost across the whole world to try to find a country where passing fake money is punishable. There's none.
He says
even China just puts you in jail for 15 years.
He said he'd vote a potato over Trump.
No, it was murder, and those guys are going to go to prison for murder. That was murder. That was textbook murder. They shot a guy while his back was turned to them while he was. That's actually not just murder. That's called execution. That's literally some of the darkest way to kill somebody is with their back turned.
He didn't die because of drugs. He died. George Floyd died because he was on his neck.
That's no. He did. That's you. You know those cops had a taser, right?
No. He
said what you just said.
George Floyd one.
Me and Goat James are talking about the Atlanta situation.
Yeah. He shot the taser.
So why? Okay, after he shot the taser at them and started running away, why do you shoot?
Yeah, he could have. The cops had a taser. Just tase him.
That's the end of it. Do you know that's why they're charged?
Which I found out was even worse about that. There were other cars. The cops could have shot somebody by mistake or something. You know?
No, it's the stupidest thing ever.
It's such a deadly thing to do. Why do you have to always result?
The person missed the taser, and once he shot the taser, there was nothing in his taser anymore. So once he started running and the taser was already shot and missed, he's no longer armed and dangerous. Do you understand that? Do you understand how that works, kids? I'm not trying to be rude, but like once he shoots those prongs out, that is a useless fucking item in his hand. And you know how useless it is? When tasers no longer have that shooting device and he's running, yeah, it works as a stun gun up close. But you know what's funny? He's running for his life. He can't just turn around and just zap him. No, because the cops immediately went, we got this taser right here that we could use to fucking take him down immediately. When the cops, that cop that, if you watch the video, the cop that had him like right at the head where he could have tased him the entire time and then didn't, and then shot afterward for whatever reason, then missed, then they shot and killed him. Yeah, no, guess what? He's going to prison because of the fact that on that video, it showed him with his goddamn taser on the guy as he's getting up and running. They could have took him out right. Go watch that video. Yeah. No, we're not saying all cops are bad. They're not, because there's some cops that are disgusted as we are. They're like, dude, I'm trying to like have I'm trying to do a noble profession. I've always considered this to be, and like I feel bad for those guys. Some of those guys you got to feel bad for. Not all of them. Most of them, no, because a lot of them are quiet and complicit.
It's funny,
in a terrible bunch of actions.
A lot of the cops don't agree with that. Atlanta cops, they don't agree with how they handled George Floyd.
Cops in Flint, for example, are protesting with the people in the city. It's because they're pissed too. It's and it's interesting.
Look what Sad Word said. Wow, SSGs and Amir's people of Trey. What? do you mean?
We're all right. We're, and we're fine with, and it's fine to disagree with people. It's just, man, it's just, police
It's funny.
gotta.
If you say a cop made a mistake, then it's like you're saying all cops are bad. We're not saying that.
No, we're saying the people that are doing these bad things need to go down.
Yeah.
It's a bad. Yeah. We don't even we're not even trying to defend that statement. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. All major cities are dumps. That's not true. What you talking about? Nobody should be allowed to disrespect anyone. Yeah.
We're trying to have a fun discussion about political views. I know it's hard. It's very hard, everybody.
That's the thing. It's very
to try to stay respectful.
Yeah.
But you'll find that if you can learn to respect other people's political views and not let them affect the way that you view people, you'll come away better. Because a lot of people who praised Thomas Jefferson the last few days because his statue got toppled down said that any person, it's basically, this is a summarized version, that lets political views dictate the way that you view somebody. That's stupid. Mm-hmm. Because it's very inconsequential to who they are as a person. It's a very interesting quote that a lot of people need to take a second to read. Just because someone's liberal, that should not be the chief reason you do not like them, or because they hold a different view on you on the world.
No, and the thing is,
that's the silly way to do it. Things. Yeah, I'm friends with a lot of Republicans.
Yeah, some people are very conservative, and that's cool, and some people are liberal. But you shouldn't hate somebody just because they're liberal. That's not a reason to hate somebody. You gotta everybody has the right to their opinion and what they think about it at the end of the day.
I get why some people are ripping down statues, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of those statues were put up in the 1960s, and they're of Confederate war generals or of slave owners.
Oh yeah.
And they were put up in the 60s, right about when the civil rights movement were happening. If you do a little bit of research, this is quite interesting about the statue history of this country. It's very interesting. A lot of these need to go down. Ulysses S. Grant, if he didn't own slaves, his statue will probably never be toppled. Abraham Lincoln statues are not being touched. If you go look at what presidents and everything that's getting attached, slave owners need to get taken down. I'm sorry. It's weird that those guys ever had statues. They're horrible human beings. If in terms of an impression of a group, in history, everybody, this is a fun history lesson. Amir, you could probably confirm this. In times of every great empire, they make a mistake of enslaving a group of people, and they don't fix it correctly. Yeah. They continue to oppress them until eventually this group of oppressed people no longer care for equity. They no longer care to be treated as equals. They want revenge, and we're so lucky that our group that we've oppressed are not seeking any revenges. We're so lucky about that. We're so lucky because every time
far back for this to be true, and
literally us to the British, to the United States formed as this because we were being oppressed by the British system of taxes to our death.
Yeah, and then I was going to bring up India, Pakistan, and those countries because they were oppressed by the British as well. And then they
look at Roman history. Most of Roman history is dealing with rebellions because they enslaved people and they treated them shitty for about 300-400 years.
You're gonna get a
rebellion.
That happens.
Rebellion. We got to go move to We got to go move to Turkey now because we no longer can be safe over here. Rebellion. Happening
like that all the time.
And we're very lucky that the people that we've done that to, that we built with a lot of wealth off of to begin the country, they don't seem to want to kill everybody. They just want to be treated normal, and they don't like the cops, which it seems like we're very lucky.
Mercury's saying, "What if there's no cops?" We're not saying to have zero cops. What the hell?
No, they need to be. It needs to be changed.
Yeah,
that's all. We need to probably do a more European style system where they don't carry guns. Let's be honest. In Europe, they don't carry weaponry on them. They carry batons and tasers and sprays. And you know why they need to do that in America? And I know you're going, well, they don't carry guns in Europe. Because in Europe, you know what they do when they have armed insurgencies happen and things like that? They call in the gun units, which show up in about 2 minutes. It's called the SWATs.
Their death rate is a lot less than ours too. When it comes to
then they have what they do is they have hyper specialized SWAT units that come in and fire 5 bullets and take out the target instantly because they're hyper trained. They're not just normal dudes like you or me who might want to be a public servant like a cop. and just have a good time, you know, help the community, bust a drug dealer every so often, you know, just random small, you know, like you see somebody getting mugged and you just spray them with some bear mace. That really fucks people up, by the way. It really ruins the day.
This is actually true what a boy chap said. Police are public servants. Are supposed to help people, and some police are bad. It's not unusual because in the world, have lots of people who are bad and who are in power. Exactly. 100%.
Very true, boy. And I think disarming them with lethal weaponry would be a very good step in starting with the police. And I'm not saying take guns away from cops. I'm saying make it so there's specialized units to have guns. I'm sorry, but that's got to probably be one of the first fixes. And I know that's a little bit dangerous. No, we're never going to take away the second. I'm very pro Second Amendment. The country's the way I perceive that the Constitution was written, they wrote the First Amendment to make sure that it's the most important one.
That's actually why they came to this country, because of the first.
And then they wrote the second one to back up that, like, yeah, the First Amendment, the most important one's gonna be protected by these fucking guns.
Yeah,
and you know that's probably why they wrote that. I think I've actually read. You know, it's written 1 and 2 like that on purpose.
If you read the Second Amendment, it's against militia. So it's just
it's a militia thing.
Yeah,
but in 2008 it was reinterpreted into it was what 2008 John Roberts interpreted it that it was meant that people could individually own a fucking stockpile of guns. It's a pretty sweet. It changed in 08 to the understanding of the law. It's actually changed a lot over time, actually, the way the law is interpreted, because it's very vague on purpose. But it's mainly that people can have guns because the First Amendment's very important. I think that's actually why it was written 1 and 2.
Come to America. They came because of religious persecution, and they were trying to avoid that. And that is why they came here, for a lot of that reason.
Yeah, it's made a lot of religious problems. A lot of them were like, we really don't. We're so tired of England and its stupid Catholic Protestant.
They don't let the Protestants.
They wanted to be Protestants. They just wanted to be Protestants. They hated Catholics. Do you know that's why in America there's a very large anti-Catholic sentiment in the country? Because everybody here is basically Christian. There's more Protestants here than most places. For a while, they didn't let Protestants get citizenship. You think Mexicans are treated poorly? You should see how Catholics were treated. They were treated like they're ruining the moral fabric of our society. This was the Catholic people. They were viewed as ruining the moral fabric of society. They're stealing all the jobs. They came here to ruin our country and turn it into a fucking shithole. A Catholic fucking dystopia future. And I'm like, dude, they really thought that. They said the same thing about Jews when they first showed up, and it only lasts for about 4 or 5 years. It's like a 10-year period of bad, and then it became the Italians, then the Irish got it bad.
All the time that come and they get like you said, like 10 years of hate, and
then 10 years of bullshit.
Yeah, it happened.
The one group that didn't go through it, Arabs.
Who?
Arabs. Except after 9/11. You guys got it after 9/11.
That's what happened when 9/11 happened. The reason
before then, because we trusted each other. I don't know what it is, but it seems like Europeans and Arabs went. We fought a long time. Maybe we can get along now. I think that's all it is. It's like we done fought for 600-700 years now. You're a very good adversary. Let's try and see what happens. Because now it seems like, at least in America, there's a decent harmony between the two groups. It doesn't seem like they had a long period of a civil rights movement type deal. It's the same with the age. I think it's because we look a lot more alike. Then America's very racist. It's got its problems. I mean, that's the problem. It's just it was built upon a weirdly prejudiced system that's slowly working into a more. It's very everyone has the same rights, but it doesn't feel like it quite yet for them. And that's where we're at right now, and we're getting there. It's getting there. I hate when people bring up that Democrats used to be the party of the slave owners. Do you know what those slave owners also used to believe in? Those old Southern Democrats. Look it up. It's very interesting. If you look up what old Southern U.S. Democrats used to believe in, they believed in. Tell me what this party would believe in today: small government, a weak central government, states' rights to the degree, and personal property rights. Like, dude, go look up what the old school fucking Democrats used to actually believe in. And old school Republicans believed in a strong federal government. The fact that all people deserved rights. All men, not women quite yet, deserved rights. It was basically the parties essentially switched ideological tendencies. And it happened very, very slowly. And I think it really happened with the 1940s.
Yeah.
With FDR grabbing a hold of it and like becoming that guy it's basically right around the economy collapsing is when the parties really switched ideological standards.
The Republicans of Lincoln aren't the same Republicans today.
No, they'd be fiercely liberal human beings because they believed in a very strong. It's basically the Democrats back then, states' rights, Republicans back then, strong federal government, and that's literally the opposite of what those parties' core beliefs are nowadays. Ended, but then in the 1960s, the segregation happened and the riots and the Panthers, and now there's something happens for the greater good, but it's hard. A lot of people, that's a very good point that in history, it's easy to look back at everything and see that all that happened for the, everything it was turning for the better. Right. I know it's difficult right now to see and put it in a historical context, right? Because it's hard to do that. It's hard to imagine what time will say about this, but you don't be on the side that doesn't.
Why are they talking about the networks? I don't really watch CNN or.
I don't watch the news. If you want a good news source, go to Reuters. There's like a news neutrality poll.
They all have an agenda that I don't like. Yeah. That's why I don't really like watching them.
Read the same story from different sources and try to put together like this happened. Ignore I feels. This situation is. Anything that seems to be indicative of an opinion.
Yeah. I see the chat was talking about that a lot. And I'm like, I don't watch CNN or Fox because they
get my news
they have their own candidate that they're pushing. And yeah,
I'm not. You should go Reuters. That. Reuters is good. Al Jazeera is pretty good. No, not Al Jazeera. Reuters and AP are good.
The news
because they score very good on the neutral political and neutral bias.
So I got a question. Do you think there is going to be like a debate between Trump and Biden? Like, how's that going to work? Is it going to be like, are they going to be?
I think it would be like it could be a live stream deal.
Or is it going to be like
Zoom?
Or how would it be?
That'd be hilarious. Or I feel like they could probably at least televise it and have them stand quite a few distance apart and then do it that way.
Nobody there.
Nobody will be there though.
Oh, this is what I want to talk about, Rob. What do you think about Trump holding rallies amidst a COVID thing going on? And he makes people sign the right to say, if you get COVID, it's not my fault. What do you think about all that, Rob?
I guess if people are going to protest, then I guess they have the right to do the same thing. I think it's stupid if you go to one of those.
I think it's a stupid thing that he's even doing. Why would you rally at a time when COVID is still high in the U.S.?
It's so stupid.
Such a bad idea. Such a bad look by him too.
But I'll admit that as much as I am I'm pro the protests and everything and the rioting and all that because I understand what it means, long scale, big term, big picture. But like, I don't agree with them doing it right now. That was the worst fucking time for that to happen. The worst fucking time is right now for all this to be happening. And that's a little scary, but I mean, it's their right. And I it's something it's part of that first one. It's part of that. They have, but Mercury, they can do it, but it's not smart.
But this is the difference. The protesting is different than this because this is just so they could be supporting.
And to be fair, this is in a giant fucking building, and the protesters are at least outside.
It's in a closed building. Everybody's sitting next to each other. They all.
Let's be honest. It's a little different, also situationally.
That's the
one's outside.
That's the problem I have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the protesters are at least outside, so it's a little different. They're not closed in together. Can you imagine if you went to a rally and there are people waiting? I heard that they're sitting outside for this rally. Like, I don't even get what's the point of a rally. Like at this point,
not taking the bait.
Oh, what the hell are we rallying? There's not. I don't even know.
For Trump, I don't understand. It's like, what are you going to vote for the other Republican there? Like, what's the Republican Party? Trump, we know you have fans in every city. Of course you do. There's like a couple hundred.
It's too early to talk about. Like a lot of people are talking about, oh, this person's going to win or this person's going to win. We're in June. When I say we get closer, we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Someone said,
Biden will be
human-centric.
Trump will rig the election.
I'm not taking any bait on evolution talk.
Oh, no, we are not going that route. No.
I've done some research.
Unless Chris McGowan gets you. No, I was kidding.
Yeah. We're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna fall for your guys' trickeries today.
You know, he tries to do that, I think, on purpose.
Oh, everybody tries to get me off on shit that I fucking
topic. Like, because the thing is, when he came into my stream, he said, "Oh, Amir, you didn't fall for the bait or anything." I'm like, "Yeah."
No, I know, because I think humans are the top shit in this world, and I defend that stance till I die, and I don't care if my views are. No, I get no. I'm saying I think other people say like my superhuman centric. Oh, I'll get started, but like the superhuman centric view I have, yeah, because everyone else, all the other things suck dicks. Of course, I'm gonna be pro-human.
Mercury.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good. You're all good. Mercury, I'm not saying they don't have the right. I just don't think it's a good look for a president who's in a COVID thing and saying, you guys have to sign the rights if you get COVID. Okay, I understand that. But then on top of that, like, we're still in the middle of this, and the country's cases have gone up, and now you want to have a rally? You should just wait until things get better. Don't rush it now. You don't see Joe Biden saying, let's do rallies now. I don't think he's even thinking about that right now.
No, someone said look at the like to dislike. I'm pretty sure it's 15-0.
Yeah, I see 15-0.
Yeah, I don't know what do you mean that somebody's not happy. It's good. We're having a good stream, I think.
Yeah, unless somebody I don't see anything. I don't know.
Thank you for all the likes, everybody. Appreciate
thanks for the likes. I always appreciate that. And it's going up because of the riots? No, because a lot of the COVID cases went up in places where people are not even rioting. Who's rioting in those states? I don't think there's that many. I think a lot of it went up because those guys didn't self-quarantine. That's why it went up. Did you see Florida? Yeah, Florida. That's a tip. Giant Alliance, that is the case where it has gone up the highest in Florida, in Texas. And you can see that a lot of the players are getting it because they're around those areas.
Nuzdar won't be able to find his way in. You know he's desperately trying to figure out if there's a way he could sneak on here.
But there's no way. It makes sense for you to, as a human, to be human-centric. What's he saying?
Well, don't let me get engaged in this.
Fake news? It's not fake news. Not everything is fake news.
I hate that term.
The cases are going up. You can tell because Ezekiel Elliott got COVID. Come on. Florida opened up too soon. Georgia, Texas, all those southern states. They have less deaths than Democratic states because Democratic states actually have more people in them. So more people are going to die. Look at New York. It's one of the biggest states. It's our population.
And you do realize like Texas, for example, had like 40,000 when they reopened. And then not even a month later, they're now at 86,000.
Rob,
you not see where that's a failure to do things? Whereas a state like Michigan that was at like a month ago at 60,000 a month ago, maybe 58,000 literally a month ago, we're at 66,000. And we were number 3 in the whole country. We were at about 50,000 at that point. We've gone up 16,000 since our draconian laws got put into place. They're not draconian, people. Everyone who says that, they're overreacting. Anyone who says having to wear a mask is a rights grab. You know what's a rights grab too, technically, then? The same fucking vein, the same energy you need to keep, as I said earlier. If you're angry right now about having to wear a mask, and once that ends to go into businesses, you need to fight for the removal of you have to wear a shirt to get service, and then you need to fight for the liberation of shoes, of our feet inside of a store, because those things are the same thing as wearing a mask. Tell me the difference.
Yes.
They're arbitrary. All 3 are arbitrary to you. Why would you follow any one of those 3 rules? If you don't follow the mask rule, why do you follow the shirt and the shoes? Because it's common courtesy? Oh.
Yeah. Even New York has gone down in cases, and we have millions of people here. So, Mercury, you can't compare Republican states to Democratic because we always have the higher population. Most people in this country are actually Democrats. It's just true. If you look at the Trump and Hillary thing, like Rob said, she won the popular vote, but it's not done that way.
Exactly, Giants Lines. Giants Lines just said something very put. If we would just done a strict lockdown for 6 weeks when we first got here, we wouldn't be in this mess. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
And guess what? People in Michigan and New York, guess what? We're not as fucked up as the rest of you right now. My state has a 50% decrease in new cases. I mean, here's that like, what are you guys at, like 20, 35 yourselves?
Yeah, we've got
Literally, like you guys are on the way to 50 yourselves. You guys had your first like thing of like 0.0019% new cases in a week.
New
Boy,
York,
oh boy.
but New York makes sense that it would rise so fast because they're right so close in proximity. It's almost impossible to not have high cases originally. But now that the cases have gone down, we've been opening up stuff left and right, and but we've been smart about it. Even when we do that, we have limited capacities. We have people sitting far apart from one another and all that kind of stuff. What the hell is Sam Smith talking about? What does extra chromosome mean? That's Down syndrome, isn't it? Extra chromosome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the definition for that, right there.
Well, it's called Chinese virus because the president you elected has a extra chromosome. I went to Penn University.
You are really just a thug from Philly. What? I don't think anybody would call Philly Joel a thug.
It's a weird word to use.
Yeah, a thug.
Why don't you just use the word you really mean?
Yeah.
Whenever I hear that word, it just makes me kind of cringe because, like, you do know what that word like is used by in certain circles. Mercury, I'm not trying to accuse you of trying to use it as a different word. I genuinely don't think you know how white supremacists have kind of hijacked that word. But man, thugs just took over. That's sort of the new one. That's the new N word. And I don't think you know what that means.
Yeah.
Quite yet. And I don't think he knows that because he is from Canada, and that's more of an American thing. Because it seems like a lot of old whites use the word thug in this kind of weird, like,
oh yeah, it's a way to.
It's the same way they used to say the other word. It's the same, like,
it's the same way of saying it, but it's not like
thug.
a racist term. So, but it's kind of racist in a way that they're using it to say it that way. They're trying to hide behind this word.
It's very cleverly used. Because Trump to describe it's even Trump does it sometimes.
Oh, the Chinese were slaves sometime. I'm pretty sure sometime in history they were. Everybody has been slaves at some time.
They kind of were, but they weren't when they built the railroads for the Americans. But we paid them pretty well.
Yeah, no,
I think China's always been enslaved to its government. I think China's just been enslaved to China, and then China enslaved the rest of Asia. And that's why the rest of Asia hates China. And if you follow world history trends, by 20, let's see, hold on, one second. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm just gonna
say something. No, you know what I like though is that, like, guys, even though we have different opinions, we can all talk about it. Like, nobody should get hurt or feel a certain way. If you feel that way that you feel, that's perfectly fine. I'm always accepting other people's opinions.
Joel, I think Obama's gone back on the
at all. That's the funny part. Doesn't look.
I think Obama's actually apologized for calling the rioters thugs. Yeah, I think he's actually retracted that state. He said that was the wrong term. But to tell you guys something about world history, look out for what China's. Look out for the 2049. By 2050, there will have been a war with China. By the way, a pretty brutal war because in I think it's 1949 is when the People's Republic of China formed, and in 2049 that would be the 100th year of the People's Republic of China existing, the communist state, the whole shebang of that whole whatever that is, where they've just been the imperialist powerhouse. And one of the things that they're missing to have a fully united People's Republic of China is the island of Taiwan. Taiwan is an autonomous state right now, and the United States fiercely defends Taiwan. So does all of Europe. The whole world defends Taiwan from China, except China wants Taiwan now. I would guarantee within 10 to 15 years, there will be a full-scale war between the United States, Europe, and China. It's going to be, and then the fate of it will decide the rest of the way the world goes forward.
I think U.S. is definitely going to go to war. You can see it already happening.
Yeah, U.S. and it's going to be over Taiwan. That's going to be the final. That's going to be the jumping off point. But yeah, see, I hate when people go, but yeah, he did that too. No. That Mercury. The thing is you can't say if somebody else did something, then it's not bad that the other person did something. I think that's called Socratic reasoning or something like that. Like just because like I forgot the actual word, but it's a bad way to reason, man. You can't say because my favorite thing did this, but like the other guys, because people use the word thug and it's because Obama used it before, it's okay for you to say it. No, that's not logical reasoning.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I know Taiwan's not worth the war. It will be for China, because to them, having the completed Chinese empire is the most important thing to them.
Yeah.
You don't understand how important this is. China is basically has said that they will go to war for Taiwan if they have to. This is something that will happen. Just pay attention to everything globally. This is like a giant thing that's like shaping up to happen. Like it's coming, and it's going to be a pretty interesting war. But no, it won't be nuclear. Nuclear war is not going to happen anymore.
No.
If nuclear war was going to happen, it would have happened in the 80s.
Yeah, and we were very close. We were close to one.
Or in the 60s. It would have happened in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, in the 60s with the Cuban Missile Crisis and all that. That was pretty.
Yeah, if it didn't happen at the Cuban Missile Crisis, then it's never
so close. Their fingers were like close to the button, I swear. The way that they talk about it, it's insane. Someone who's violent criminal. What is Michael Grant talking about? Someone who's participating in a riot is technically a thug.
But I think we should chill on the super political. But see, that's not even political. To me, it's just I think there's an impending war with China coming, and I think it's going to be fought over Taiwan.
What's up, Colby?
The USA is already in territory. There's territorial disputes. Also, in the inland of Asia, there's a lot of problems with places like Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, even Korea, South Korea, Japan. They want the United States to deal with China so they can actually be free to do what they want. Because when countries like fucking Laos and Cambodia look at the successes of South Korea and Japan, they go, we can do that too.
Yeah.
We can just, but we're not allowed to because of China. And that's a real problem over there. There's real problems in Asia right now. And historically, if you know another thing about the history of China, it seems like they're about to take over as the world's superpower, right? Learn a little Chinese history and see what happens when China's this close to taking over as a superpower. Yes. They collapse internally because they've made a lot of mistakes getting here. Yeah. And they've made a lot of mistakes getting here again, by the way, people. It's their house of cards.
Rob, but it's scary how big they're getting, how China's economy is growing.
It's happened a lot.
Yeah, it's happened repeatedly through history. You're right.
And then they blow themselves up with some bullshit that they're doing right now. It's always some dumb bullshit.
We'll see.
It's a weird sense of supremacy that they have. They think they're the greatest thing that's ever been created. And I will give China, they're very intelligent people, but like they make a lot of mistakes and they don't learn from their history.
Stuff, they're really growing too. And
Japan's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy. Especially with
South Korea.
how good their industrial thing is going. Especially with those trains and all that. I listened to a couple of Canadian YouTubers and you notice the use and the selection of tenses when they speak versus the States. What? Michael Grant.
Sorry, Sam. I know he's a wrap up the politics. We can wrap up politics. That's fine.
It's talking sport. No, it's not about sports, actually, Sam Smith.
Yeah, the podcast itself isn't about sports, ironically.
Sports podcast with Rob is going to be different.
Yeah, when the sports come back on, if they do.
When it gets closer to sports.
I mean, we could talk about something adjacent to sports that I have a bad feeling we're not going to see football this year.
Oh, and it's because
more and more testing.
Is it because of all the COVID cases and now
23 more Clemson?
It's happening in hockey too. I know hockey.
Yeah, 23. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, dude. It seems like every time they do a practice,
it's going to happen. Now hockey players are getting it. We already know basketball players have gotten it in the past.
Oh yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott and a lot of football players are getting
23 it. 23 Clemson players just got it today.
And that means colleges will be shut down. And if colleges are shut down,
dog, it's
going to be tough.
I got a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach we're not going to have football.
When do you think the vaccine is going to come out? Because
I know China's in its sixth human trial, right? It's in a sixth phase of a trial.
Yeah.
So that's promising, but I don't expect it till like the end of the year at the earliest, right?
Yeah.
Maybe miraculously it'll be a lot sooner than that, but I have no.
Oh, I got you, Michael Grant. I get what you're saying.
Oh, he said ramp up the politics, i.e. increase the politics talk. Oh, he said ramp up. I thought he said wrap up. This has been a great stream. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
It doesn't have to be just politics. I'm kind of tired of the politics. We talked about it for like.
Yeah, I got tired of it too. Do you mind if I take a 5 minute to go have a quick smoke because I'm not a dual pod?
I'll talk to
and you can solo for a second. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yep.
And I'll be able to do a strong second hour here.
You're all good. If we have football this year, then it will be a miracle. I hope we do have football. I'm not very confident right now. But I do know that Roger Goodell is a little different than other commissioners, so maybe he'll try to push it down. We'll see. I'm really hoping we do. What's up, Isaac? What's up, Philly, Joel, Juicy Mane, Karam, Sam Smith, everybody, Kobe? What's going on, everybody? See, really, really good stream. Thank you, Sam. We're doing pretty good. Isaac, how are you doing? Thank you, Sam Smith. I appreciate that. Hit the like, hit the subscribe if you're new. What's up, Nathan? Welcome to the stream. Nathan, you missed like an hour of a lot of craziness, but thank you for joining. Does anyone else realize that Rob and Amir have chemistry? Yes, no, we have always talked about that. That's why we know that we're going to be doing the sports podcast together, and that's why we're doing a lot of shows together. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff together. I think it's also because I go on Rob's channel a lot and we talk there and we talk in all the other times. So that's why we have good chemistry, and that's good. That's what you want when you do a podcast, especially with people like that. We also agree on a lot of views. Not all of our views are the same, but a lot of it are very similar. So that creates good chemistry. Did you see the 49ers players got tested for COVID? Which 49ers players? I didn't even know they got tested. Talked a little about NFL earlier. Yeah, it'd be hard to bring back NFL or NBA, but it'd be harder to bring back NFL, you're saying? Maybe. Oh, no, Chris McGowan is in here. I knew he was going to come and bring up evolution. Chris McGowan, you are a pretty topic. Thank you, Lewis Sports Network. That's a pretty good stream. Thank you for that. NFL is like 2-3 times that of an NBA roster. Yeah, it is. You're right. There's more people, so more likely for a breakout or something. The only thing is that, like, man, I know Goodell really wants this to happen. Goodell wants it to happen so bad that he did the draft out of his basement. Come on. That tells you something. The Hall of Game is happening with no fans. Yeah, I think all the games will be without fans, Nathan. I do not think we see fans at all. I would be shocked if we see fans. And if we do, it's very limited capacity. I forgot about some stuff with human feet, and oh my God, no. DirtyRob, let's not go down this rabbit hole that never ends. Yeah. Anything you guys want to talk about? I hope it's not sports related, because like we talk about sports all the time. And yeah, I mean, the funny thing is the Precision Podcast came from Leapy, aka Sadwords. He came up with the name. What a great name. Some people don't like the name, which I don't get why. I think it's a cool name. I really like it, and I'm gonna stick to it. It's gonna be the name for this podcast. This podcast is on 2 days per week. So, this week I probably only did it once. And that's more to do with, Leapy. Yeah, Leapy's a whole different name. That positive is that NFL is way less games. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I also, to go a little off topic, when you get used to great, subscribers' names and then they change their names, it's weird. Like, Leapy is the perfect example. Because not even him. Let's go before to Leapy. I'm going to go to the Depressed Florida Fan. His name was Depressed Florida Fan. I loved the name as soon as I heard it, because I know a lot of Florida teams have not been that great, so he's been depressed, so it makes sense. And then Leapy is another guy, but then Depressed Florida Fan changed his name to Heat Nation, and now I'm like, damn it. So I still call him DFF. It's easier, too, to say DFF than to say Heat Nation. Plus, I hate the Heat, so I don't even want to mention that. Then Leapy, if you guys don't know who Leapy is, he's Sadwords. Sadwords was such a great name, and it stuck to me. And I know he's Leapy now, but I just can't call you a Leapy, man. I don't know. It's just weird. I just got to go with the Sadwords. I'm sorry, man. All right. Thank you, Joy. Says BRB. I know it's Heat Nation. I can't do it, Karam. I can't. Entirely. Oh, yeah, Chris McGowan. Rob actually does his research, and when he's wrong, he admits it, and that's great. DFF? Yeah, DFF means Depressed Florida Fan. You did not know that, Leapy? That was his name for a very long time. Leapy. I know your name is Leapy, but I don't think you would mind if I called you Sadwords. Am I right about that? It's not Leafy. It's Leapy. And yes, that is Sadwords. A lot of people didn't even know. Look at Sam Smith. He's like, get out of here. That was him this whole time. No way. Your old name was that for real, Rob? I can't believe that. Holy shit. Why did you think I was calling him DFF then, if you didn't know? DFFF. DFFF. He probably had like a million names before that, but that's the one that stuck with me. You know.
1 second.
He said yes, sir. And then the thing is, like, when I asked Leapy why he changed it to Leapy, he's like, why are you sports critic? Well, sports critic is very simple. There was the movie critic who watched movies and criticized movie, and sports critic watches sports and criticizes them. I don't watch cricket, no, but my family, like some people in my family, like my father, used to watch that kind of stuff. I really never got into it, you know. Humans, don't say RIP movie critic. You never know. It could come back. Humans are still evolving, but probably nowhere near as fast. Yeah, definitely not as fast. Yeah. Really, Rob? What do you mean, really, Rob? What about Chiefs fan? What do you mean, Chiefs fan? What was his name before that? No. Like, you have to be a subscriber or somebody I know for a while. If your name is a certain thing and I get used to it, I usually just stick with that. Humans are still like, if Michael Grant changed his name, I'd be like shocked first of all, and then I'd be like calling him Michael Grant. I don't care what his new name is. My dad watches cricket. Yeah, of course. Dads always watch that kind of stuff. Do you like no, Alex? I mean, I like your YouTube name. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly good, Alex. But I don't know. I felt like you could have done something more original, but if you like it, then stick with it. That's all. And you stuck with it. And now it's good. Alex Sports is a good name now. Human centric. What? I don't.
I've also learned a lot of to end the human evolution thing. I've learned a lot of what human evolution is. It's not like mandatory to survive. It's a lot of
bullshit.
It's not natural selection. It's not like mandatory for human survival for the evolution to happen. It's like a whole different kind. It's very interesting. I would recommend anyone take the time to look it up.
You like my YouTube? Now everyone's asking me because I said something about DFF and Sadwords. They're asking me if I like their. Yes, Juicy Man, I like your YouTube name. Brandon the Buck has a great name. Sam Smith's name is kind of boring. No offense. I don't like names that have the first and last name. I just don't like those. I feel like that's like, I don't know. I feel like you're giving away your whole identity. YouTube is not supposed to be that way. Like, be creative. Come up with names. This is your chance. But then again, you do what you want, you know.
It's really weird that they would name any names that with the people that are getting the coronavirus, because that's like a weird violation of like HIPAA protections and everything like that.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be protected.
Yeah, but I think that they have to say that it's okay. No, they're not just giving it out with us. Like when Ezekiel Elliott said,
I think so. There's no way that they ask them or like they self-tell the media.
And I think it's kind of good in one way, Rob, because what if you like? I mean, it's very hard, but what if you came in contact with Ezekiel Elliott or something like that? You would know. But I think they would ask him. I hope that they do ask him. You know, that's.
Wouldn't you if you thought like you had corona, you just not like. I don't know. Someone said F you. Oh, damn.
Ezekiel Elliott now, I'd stay away from him. Yes, fuck you. And Sam Smith says my name. Oh my god.
Oh, he wants all the smoke.
Yeah, he wanted it all. they didn't say who got coronavirus. Like people, yeah. See, a lot of times they don't, Rob. And this is where Isaac is right. They didn't say the 49ers players who got the coronavirus. They didn't say their names. They just said,
that's good.
And I think they asked him. I really do, Rob. And I think like Ezekiel Elliott was like, fine, you could say my name.
Yeah. Say my name.
Say
what? Zeke?
Smith Soccer. I mean, do you agree with me, Rob? Like sometimes you have YouTubers, like subscribers you've known for a while, and you get stuck.
Yeah, I hate when they change their names.
like
you seem like a bitch.
Into Leapy.
Yeah, it's hard to not call sad words sad words.
And the same thing with DFF for me. I don't know for you, Heat Nation, yeah, but it's just...
I'm used to Heat Nation now, but I still sometimes I think he's fine with the DFF calling sometimes though.
Yeah, that's what I told Sour. Like Sourwords, I know you're Leapy, but I just want to call you Sadwords because it's cooler. I like that name better. NFL players that got COVID will be fine if they have the money for the meds. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, Von Miller, who has asthma, was sick for like 6 days and then he was fine, basically. Yeah. Like he's the worst case scenario for a lot of those guys, unless they have like an unreported condition. But a lot of them have like supreme physicals. Oh shit! The MLB will not counter this 70-game proposal by the players' union, meaning that the MLB is going, it's 60 games or none.
Oh wow! I think this whole thing is just power struggle right now. I think eventually what will happen is, well, I hope happen, is that they come in between and say, all right, 65 or 66 games. That's what I'm hoping happens. This is a lot of stupid back and forth because everything is agreed upon, Rob, except the number of games. It sounds like such a small thing to fight over, you know?
Apparently the league is now going, actually, you know what? How about something like 55 games? Yeah, there's no baseball happening, ladies and gentlemen. The league and if you want to, can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I really hope MLB comes back. Yeah, I think it will.
2008 it shares it automatically.
Because this is the
share. Yeah, because we both have it. Yeah. So the league is now discussing options with the owners and could try to implement a season in the 50-game range. Oof. Would began. Oh man, it's all denied. All of it's not good right now, folks. You can find this on Twitter. It sounds like baseball's not happening. So if you had any hopes,
yeah. The funny thing is to go off kind of off topic.
Yeah, we can go off topic. That's fine.
Yesterday, Rob got mad, which I understand when people talk over people happen. I was like, I could technically add myself back into this stream because it's our stream.
Yeah, you could have just put yourself. I couldn't even kick you out. I was like, son of a bitch, I can't kick him out. I can't get rid of him.
I was like,
I was going through and I was like, damn it, what the hell? I can't get rid of it. And I was like,
I was like, I think if I came back, Rob wouldn't even care. But then I was like, you know what?
No, I wouldn't have. I was perfectly fine after it because like it wasn't a typical blow up that I usually have. I've been working on myself a little bit if it was obvious.
No, Rob,
I was only mad for like, but you know,
I did that too because when I'm in other people's streams and there's a bunch of people in StreamYard, I also feel that way. I'm like, I can't do this, man. You guys are too many people are talking at once, and it's just crazy. Especially since it's your stream, it's like. It's hard when you have 6 people to have each.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Nuzdar is supposed to do handstand push-ups. Nuzdar. Do you want to do handstand push-ups?
Then ask if handstand push-ups are real. What do you mean? Do yours, bro. I really don't think 50 games is enough for MLB. It needs more games.
I agree. I think the season is not happening this year, guys, for baseball. It's not.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait until it's official. But we'll see, I guess.
I don't think Packers Nation hates Valix and Jared. I think he's just one of those guys that just hate. I don't know what
but once Rob said, "Guys, can you stop talking?" I was insanely quiet because I was like, "I don't want to get kicked out."
You're like, "I know how this whole thing's about to go," and then it happened again, and I went, "Oh, I'm about to go nuclear."
Yeah, I could see it in Rob's face, like it just got serious.
That's fine. Yeah, so I'm getting better.
I mean, there's certain people that do need to learn, though, Rob. It's not just you. They need to know how to talk and not interrupt other people. I have that problem too, but I'm trying to get better at it, you know? Yes. Like there are a few people in my streaming where I told them you can't come in because you're just gonna talk over everybody.
Yeah, the MLB is done for. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's and like with like Valix, I like him. He's a funny guy, but like he needs to learn to not just.
No, you're right. You're right.
That's all. I like Valix, but like that was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I was low key waiting for me to just go stupid. Yeah, yep, everybody was, but I contained myself.
I'm not gonna talk.
I held it in.
Sam, I'm not gonna talk about the Gaza Strip. Come on.
Oh no, we're not interested in regular push-ups. Sorry, we seen you fail to do those yesterday.
But they don't start till next season. What? Austin FC. What are you talking about?
I think baseball.
Oh.
Or wait, hold on. I don't know.
Oh, it says back. Why is it only on this stream people say back? I don't see that in any other of my streams. Nobody ever says they're back. They just start talking like as if they never left.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Look, I've always been there.
It'll be. I think it'll be official if they don't come to an agreement within this month. They have.
Yeah. They've got till the 30th to figure it out. If they don't, it's doomed.
Yeah. I hope they figure it out. I hope we get at least even 60 games. I'm okay with 66 games. What's up, Jace? How's it going? Welcome to stream. Yes. Yeah, man. I love like just is Jay a good username? Sam Smith. Not really. Not to hit on Jay.
It's pretty good. You know, it's.
I mean, it's if you're asking my opinion, I don't really love it. But maybe Rob does, which is bold.
I like simplicity.
Look at this chat. Right? There's a lot of people that just have the name Isaac Sadeo, Nazdar Hamdoun, Michael Grant, Sam Smith, and that's okay. But I'm just saying, like, I like to be a little more original than that. I wish I never gave my name on YouTube. Maybe my first name, but my last name, I don't know how they. I wish they never got it. I think they got it because my PlayStation name had my last name. I'm like, fuck, why'd I have it? I'm like, why'd I have it on your dad? Things. Or if I was playing 2K, my career, I'd make it my name.
Yep, that's why I've gone with the DirtyRob or the Rob Dirty.
Yeah, I should have went with something else. But, you know.
So is Sports Critic, like, still going down? Like, or is Movie Critic, has he recovered from being the first corona patient in the United States?
He's rehabilitating right now.
Oh, slowly.
He's getting there.
I know he was basically near dead because nobody knew what was wrong with him. I know you're close with him. He's like your cousin.
Yeah.
Some shit.
He's an evil twin of mine.
He's related. Oh, his brother. Okay.
I'm in the basement always yelling about how Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
So he's like Bart's evil twin, basically.
Yes. By the way, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Don't listen.
What's his name? Oh, fuck.
They're entirely wrong. I don't know what Rob thinks about Die Hard, but it is entirely not a Christmas movie, and I could give many reasons why it's not. Do you think Die Hard is not a Christmas movie or is a Christmas movie, Rob?
If you do know my last name, don't say it or I'll time you out.
Yeah, don't and Sam Smith, Rob has the power to do that. So
I prefer my last name to not have to be out there because I'd prefer that to just remain quiet.
Yeah, please don't bring that up, Sam. Don't do that. If he doesn't want it there, don't bring it up.
Yeah. If it ever comes out, it comes out, but then I'll probably just change it again.
So yeah, what do you think Die Hard's a Christmas movie, Rob?
Is it?
I don't think it is. Do you think it is? That's what I want to know.
I've never seen it. What's it about? No, what's it about? I don't like action movies.
Wow, you never seen Die Hard?
No, I hate action. I'll be honest, I hate the action genre.
It's an action movie, and the only reason they say it's a Christmas movie is because it takes place during Christmas. That's the only reason. It does not make it a Christmas movie, and not in my opinion.
The Grinch is a. I was gonna because the Grinch is a Christmas movie just because it takes place. What if it took place during? But see, I'm a bad ass about this.
Die Hard, you can have it take place any other time, and it still works. But if you put the Grinch in 4th of July, it doesn't work.
It's really weird, right? Just a guy, a bunch of weirdos celebrating with presidents on the 4th of July. Like, what the fuck is Whoville up to? That's a weird place.
Okay, he said Die Hard is a Christmas movie. How? Just because it takes place during Christmas? Like, give me an example of how it is. There's no Santa Claus. There's nothing that relates really to Christmas, except for the fact that they have a Christmas party in the movie. That's about it. Everything else is not really to do with it. Doesn't revolve around it. The plot doesn't revolve around Christmas.
Polar
Sam,
Express.
no, Jay, we're not saying anything like that. It's just Sam Smith wants me to like rank everybody's name that comes in for some reason. It has nothing to do with your name. Your name's fine. It's just easy, Jay. Yeah. Jay, I'm done.
You know what? You know it's a good Christmas movie? Eight Crazy Nights.
Is it a Christmas movie? I thought
it's a Christmas movie, kind of like how Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Yeah, it's a comedy movie or it's a Hanukkah movie, but like it's centered around the holiday.
It's not a Christmas movie. I agree. You agree with me. Great.
That's all we got, Amir. Let us Jews have one movie.
That's not a Christmas movie, bro.
Yeah, Eight Crazy Nights is 100% a Christmas movie.
It's a Hanukkah thing. What?
It even warms up Christians' hearts on the holidays.
Eight Crazy Nights is great.
You know, I know all the words to every one of the Hanukkah songs. If they're playing, I could sing along fucking without missing a beat. But I gotta hear which list it is because I'll mix the people up.
Yeah.
Love those songs. Be like, yeah, there's lots of Jews, isn't there? A whole song list. Everyone else isn't Jewish though, so that's scary.
You know what I love is that Adam Sandler, he could be a really good actor, but he chose to just be this
a goofus, and that Uncut Gems or whatever that was called. Really proved.
Really good movie.
Out of fucking nowhere. Everybody was like, this Uncut Gems movie. And then they went and see it and they went, he might win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Wasn't he nominated?
I think he was either nominated or he was in the contention to be nominated.
Yeah, to be nominated. And I think that everyone was pissed he didn't even get nominated.
See, Nightmare Before Christmas. Die Hard is not 100%. Yeah, it's not. That Nightmare Before Christmas is the best. No, I think Home Alone is really good. I agree with Alex. I like Home Alone. Crazy Nights was Sandler's best work. No, I think Uncut Gems now is like, I really love Uncut Gems. That was a really good movie. It came out of nowhere, like you said. Nobody was expecting it. People were done with Adam Sandler. People were like, any movie he comes out with, I'm just gonna hate on it. Then they saw Uncut Gems. They're like, this guy's a genius. Why is he not doing?
And then they went back and watched his other movies and went, all right, Adam, we don't understand you, but if you want to make a shitty movie for them not nominating you for this award, make some shitty movies, Adam. We'll support it.
How old are you? He's like, I saw it in the cinemas. Most people don't say that.
Isn't he 24? Do I like Polar Express? No, I don't like Christmas movies. Wonder why.
I wonder why, Rob.
I didn't celebrate Christmas till I was in my 18 to 20-year-old range.
I never celebrated it. That's the funny part. I get the sentiment that people have, but you guys realize that half of this is paganism, right? Anyway, yeah, the gift giving and all that, that's not really part of it.
For us, we light some candles and I get a present from my parents.
Yeah, Hanukkah.
Usually it's just one. What's up, Jeff? MB?
Welcome to the stream. Amir, you're sleeping on Nightmare. No, I'm not sleeping on it. I said it was a good movie. But I consider that like a Halloween and Christmas movie. Kind of.
Sandler's a lot, everything after a certain point, it depends on how you feel about it. I've noticed there isn't a general consensus on anything he's made since Billy Madison, or unless Happy Gilmore was made.
That's the only movie you don't like by him?
I really enjoyed Funny People. I thought that was a dark fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, did they really just make a movie about like not having cancer when I thought that could have won an award for screenwriting if they did it a little better.
No, but Saint Nick also has nothing to do with it. Saint Nick is Santa Claus.
Pagan.
That's all paganism. Yeah, it's nothing to do with Christmas.
That's like weird Germanic paganism.
Alex used to celebrate Hanukkah, but he spelled it terribly wrong.
That's fine.
I just like messing with people sometimes.
See, technically, you're supposed to put like a C and H and A and a U, K and H.
Facts, okay.
There's no topics. It's just kind of free form right now.
Well, right now it's mostly about movies and Christmas and Hanukkah and all this other stuff. I think his movie. No, Jack and Jill was bad. There's some movies that Sandler did that were legit bad, and then there was
Jack and Jill was his worst. Is the worst one he's ever made. Jack and Jill.
That shit was so bad.
And Grown Ups is pretty bad too, in my opinion.
I like the first Grown Ups. The second one was bad.
Yeah. I guess the first one was pretty good.
Yeah, the first one was kind of funny. It had some good moments.
Funny People was just so dry. I think it's because it had Seth Rogen, I think, in it with Adam Sandler. Yeah. I think a lot of people went in, but like the second you come in, you find out it's about like someone having like terminal cancer. And then you find out it was like a true story about Seth Rogen's writing partner. And you're like, I don't like this movie feels really heavy. Because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be about Evan Goldberg, Rogen's writing partner.
Is great. I love that movie because Adam Sandler and Nicholson work so good together in that movie. You've seen Anger Management, right, Rob?
Yeah, Anger Management is one of his best underrated movies.
Yes. Nobody
cares.
So good.
Remember the book Nobody Cares?
Yeah.
The deal with Anger Management, KNOW, Buddy Cares. That was one of my favorite fucking movies, dude.
So bad. And
oh my god, Anger Management was so good.
That was one of the worst. He forgot about Jack and Jill. There's a lot of movies I could tell you, Michael Grant, if I go through the whole list.
We just forget about Jack and Jill for Adam Sandler.
Smith can say Jack and Jill was really good and say it with a straight face. That's got to be a joke.
Scariest movie. Scream 1. Scared the shit out of me.
Wow,
I'm not even
that's crazy because Scream is it's
terrifying.
One of the horror movies.
Dude, it's way scarier. In my opinion, Friday the 13th wasn't scary to me.
That's what it is. Yeah, what are you saying, bro?
Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, were not scary to me. But dude, Scream fucking bothered me. I would say Halloween. Halloween didn't bother me because they sold it on the music. But sometimes Ghostface would just be like, "You're dead," and it's just like, "Oh my god, what is this, dude? Why?" And I feel like it's because he was fallible. He could die.
When he had the Ghostface on, he was scary. When they took it off at the end, and you're like, "Wow, it was these guys."
It becomes scarier for me personally because it's like it's a real person.
In the first Scream, I'll give you Matthew Lillard was really good as one of the guys who was the killers, and he was really creepy on his own. So yeah, I'll give you that one. The other guy, I was kind of like, wow, he's Billy, that guy, he's really the killer. I think,
dude, it really got me for whatever reason. That movie was really freaky, and I guess I'll say Insidious Chapter 1 because it really figured out a way. It's the one with, or was that the one with the astral projecting, the one with the demon in the window? That scared the shit out of me too, pretty good. Yeah, that movie, the first chapter, but everything after was terrible.
Yeah, after that, I don't know what happened. They like lost their footing.
But dude, when they do that initial pan up to that fucking demon, like playing like what looks like a piano, just staring down at the guy, I'm like, oh fuck, that's genuinely a frightening imagery. That's very well done. That's an example of good CGI in a horror film. But then it just fell apart. What about you? What movie scared you the most?
Huh? Which movie scared me the most?
Yeah, what's the scariest you've seen?
The original Halloween, I loved it, man.
That one's. I was gonna say that's my very close second. If it wasn't for Scream, I know Scream's supposed to be almost a parody of Halloween.
Scream
like a direct Michael Myers shot.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels like it, but like that's terrible. Yeah, Halloween.
It's literally. And the funny thing is that when they made Scary Movie, they made a parody of a parody. I thought that was great, and how they executed it. Scary Movie 1 and 2 did a really good job with making fun of all the horror movies. Do you guys think Poltergeist is scary? I never really got scared in Poltergeist.
No, I don't. I'm not scared of ghosts really, but for some, I'm more scared of demons and shit like that for some reason.
Like Amityville Horror. That's like
because they can come and grab. Like demons can grab you. Ghosts don't bother me because it's like you can throw the chair out, but I'll just leave the house. Now what, you stupid bitch? I'll stand across the road and flip you off. What are you gonna do, demon? What you gonna do, ghost? The demon will be like, I'm right behind you, and I'll be like, oh, I'm dead, and that's the end of your life. You know, you can't beat demons, but you can beat a ghost. You just make fun of it and leave.
Jurassic Park is not scary. What the hell? I mean, there's times where the dinosaurs, I guess, they can pop out of nowhere, but it's not supposed to be a scary movie. That's more like
plus Jews are afraid of Jews are they're not anti-Semites. ghosts are, but they're like a Jew. They're Semitic phobic. They're afraid of Jews. So I just go Star of David, and they go oh, and they fly. They turn into apparition dust.
The ghost was Jewish though.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
I didn't think of that. Sam, if it was real life, yes, watching the movie, no. Pete Davidson shouldn't be the lead in anything. Oh yeah,
no, he shouldn't.
He's just a comedian. Why is he the lead and stuff?
Yeah, he's just a good skit actor. He's fine at skit acting. He's a bad comedian. I noticed I was watching his most recent stand-up, and I was like, it's not that he's a bad comic because his jokes are good. You can tell he's a good joke writer. You could tell innately by listening to Pete's stand-up, he would be a great writer for somebody. But man, there's no delivery skills. There's no charisma on the mic. It's just, here's my funny joke. Dave
Chappelle has great.
It's one thing I've noticed. Carlin did it very well. It's presenting the material in a funny manner or in a way that it's just funny. It's
delivery matters a lot. Like if you
comedy, I've learned there's a lot in delivery. There's so much in delivery. That's why Dane Cook was so appealing to people. His jokes were fucking awful. Yeah, and it took a while.
Delivery was perfect, and you know what else? Dane Cook took forever to tell a joke, but I
think that's a big problem with Big J Okerson too. His delivery is fucking awful. It's just dry. There's no tone in their voices, and that's the problem with Pete. No, I'm saying that the movie is better without the yeah, no, I agree. Pete shouldn't have been the lead, but I'm just saying in general, Pete would be so much better if he learned how to like present the comedy. But he's a writer. That's all that really is to me.
I mean, a lot of times comedians try to be actors, and they just
they're not.
That's just it.
A lot of times writers try to be comedians like Pete Davidson, and they're not.
Yeah,
which is fine. He should write for somebody. He could become very rich being comedians, ghostwriters. Like he probably does a shitload of that actually. I don't even know why I pretended like he doesn't do that already. Because a lot of his jokes are actually very, very funny.
Yeah, just the way he tells them.
But it's just like,
what's up?
He'll be like, yeah, and I did this and this and this, and then the bitch got pregnant, and it's like. Even I did that funnier than he could do it because it's just like that's way more inflection than he'll ever put on something.
Did you watch?
Basically, hello, how's it going? I'm Pete Davidson, and this is my joke. Yeah. It's not that dry, but it's basically.
I think he's okay. I like him more as a roaster. Actually, he's been on the roast. He's been pretty funny.
Yeah.
Did you watch King of Staten Island? They want to know.
That's Pete Davidson's dad, right?
Yeah,
that's the movie about his dad, the firefighter who died on 9/11. He's always going to get a break in the world because of that, and that's fine. His dad died a hero, so when a hero dies, their kids should probably be given a little bit of it, a little head start, and that helped him. That genuinely did help the guy.
Pete Davidson almost killed himself though because of
because he also has really bad cystic fibromyalgia. He's like not a healthy human being. Like
you could tell by looking at him.
He has a weed card in the state of New York where you actually have to be like a sick human being to get a medical marijuana card.
Oh, yeah. In New York,
like you can't get it for what I got it for, which is because I hurt my back 5 years ago when I was
New York
15.
will. I guarantee you, Rob. New York will get that in a few years.
Oh, it's coming, but like, don't you have to basically be dying or have one of like the worst like cases of like medical?
Yeah, I agree with you to get medical. Yeah, but. Right now in New York, it's actually decriminalized. You can't really get arrested unless you have like a huge amount on you, which is rare, I guess. I don't know. Do you like Gremlins? Never scared me. Not really.
Pete Davidson is a character, is a douche, and everything is whatever. Yeah, that's basically that's Pete. That's how Pete is. He's a douche, and he's kind of whatever about everything. Didn't you see what he looked like when he was dating those women?
That's what I'm saying. Also, Ariana Grande destroyed him. Like when that.
Yeah, he talks about her for quite a bit during that special I seen. I know he almost killed himself.
Yeah,
he does live with his mom.
He was close to killing himself.
He lives with his mom. I think because of his health problems, he has to live with his mom. But I mean, it's like a $2 million mansion he bought.
Yeah, I mean,
and he does a really funny bit, right? About how his mom lived. He has a roommate and it's his mom, and it makes it sound like he just lives in the basement. But little does he realize, like he leaves out that it's a $2 million mansion he bought and moved his mom in. It's just like, dude,
Only people who carry pounds of bud are the plugs. Yeah, pretty much.
Or if you're going to refill a dispensary, which happens quite a bit in Michigan, where people get in trouble, but then they let them go because they learn it's between dispensary moving.
Weed in there. No, the thing is, if your state
it's coming,
if your state's conservative, it'll take a little bit longer, but you guys will get it soon.
But the first 10 to 15 is the first 15 minutes are in a. Oh, sorry.
It's not legal here in New York because it's a very liberal place, but I think it's going to be very soon. I really do, Rob.
Most places will be.
I see how people are doing it over here. Yeah, it's all about that.
The fact that Ackridge Holdings, which is John Boehner's weed company, everybody remembers Crying John Boehner, right?
Yeah.
The guy who cried a lot and then he retired because of he just couldn't be a part of the evil Republican shit. Remember, he freaked out. If you remember John Boehner, he apparently became part of a weed company called Ackridge Holdings and has made himself about $300 million richer. Guess what's going to be intact? Guess what? In about 2 years, almost every state will be at least medically, if not recreationally, and then the federal government will just. Dude, it's too much money now. When I seen 300 million, go watch it again, but watch it from Bill Burr's appearance and watch the film and tell me the film needed it. Are you Are you talking about The Kings of Staten Island? I've never seen it. I'm not too sure what it's.
Yeah, I remember that movie. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I mean, it was okay. It was pretty good, but it wasn't amazing. See, go watch it again, but watch from Bill Burr. The film needed. Yeah, Bill Burr is great. I love Bill Burr. He's so funny, and he actually is a decent actor. He's not amazing, but
I don't think so, Sam. Not for small amounts of weed. I don't know.
Yeah, not now, but in the past, hell yeah. Not in the past 2 years, but before that, people were getting arrested.
We used to get arrested for just having a bong, dude. Yeah. Not even no weed in it, just for having a bong. We know what this is for, even if it was clean.
Prison, Rob. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, there's people in jail still for having an eighth of weed.
I like
3.5 grams.
He's not Carlin. Carlin's a legend. There's very few Carlins in the world.
Burr is Carlin-esque. Burr is Carlin-esque.
He is great, and I do love Bill Burr. He's one of my
very similar styles of comedy, but Bill has pulled back on his aggressive stance on societal critiquing. It used to be a lot more aggressive.
Way worse. He used to attack women and stuff. He used to be
I would say he used to be more Carlin-like than he is now.
Yeah. Well, it's not his fault. It's just the times
he softened.
The times we live in is impossible to be. It's hard to be a great comedian in this.
I also think him getting married and having now 2 kids, I think softened him a bit. It
changes your perspective on things.
I think he just had a boy, right? I think his second kid's a boy.
I'm not sure, but maybe.
I think because I know she got pregnant again, and he had a second kid recently.
Yeah, Michael Grant. I already knew his dad died before the movie because there was there was a roast on Justin Bieber, and he was in there. And they made fun of his dad actually dying in the 9/11 thing. But it was a roast, and he was okay with it. The thing about him is he has very thick skin, and he can take jokes like that. When it comes to jokes.
Bill Burr still does the podcast, 100%.
Oh, yeah. I love his podcast.
Every single Monday and Thursday.
Great. Yes. Him and Joe Rogan's podcast, too, actually, to be honest.
Thinks that he's going to Spotify. It's going to be I'm not going to listen anymore.
Oh, unless it's a good one. YouTube at all?
I think he's still going to I think he can put them on there still.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's good.
But you know what's good is they can actually watch fucking videos on the show again.
Yeah. That's
instead of
that they were going to not let them do that. What the hell?
And that's why they're leaving. It's because of shit like that. Because they're do we have to be able to play videos on air? And it's already been 1 hour and 40 minutes. That's crazy. Time's going by quick.
Yeah, it does. Time goes by quick when you're having fun. Michael Grant, Steve Buscemi does a good acting job. Yeah, Steve Buscemi is just a good actor in general. He's done so many movies that I like. And he's in that. Have you ever seen Boardwalk Empire, the show?
No, I don't watch a lot of TV.
Everyone, oh my god, it was so good. It was on HBO. If you ever chance, I know it's hard to watch shows because it requires a lot of time, but it's just a great show. So it's
a good show to watch.
Money Heist on Netflix is a great show. I love that show. Bird's Drive is the same as Carlin to a degree. He is this generation's Carlin. I don't know. Why do we have to do that? Why can't he just be his own guy? I don't get why we have to compare him to Carlin.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too.
Fill the void of Joe Rogan leaving.
Just start calling up big celebrities, be like, "Hey, I'll be the new Joe Rogan."
Let's go. Get it done.
That'd be hard.
Oh, wait, what was that stand-up comedian that just got caught with something? You were talking about
Chris D'Elia?
Yeah. So what is the update on that? I know he said he didn't do it, but is that all that's going on?
Let's see. Chris D'Elia denies pursuing underage girls. Chris D'Elia and the rise of Twitter as a platform to call out sexual predators. Multiple women say actor Chris D'Elia sexually harassed them when they were underage. Oh, it's getting worse.
It's getting worse. Oh my god.
Oh, it's just getting worse.
And the thing was, I found Chris D'Elia stand-up funny, but man,
I'm glad I hated his guts. You know, I'm just glad I was like,
I always found him weird. To be honest, I always did find something off.
As soon as he was described as Justin Bieber's favorite comic, I hate this guy. I fucking hate this dude. Yeah, because that's how he got famous, because of Justin Bieber.
So the roast of, if you guys have not seen the roast of Justin Bieber, everybody should watch it.
It's pretty good. Bieber actually takes some good shots and
I'll give Bieber this.
To be fair, that roast changed my entire opinion on that kid. I went, you know what? Fair. I don't hate his guts. And now I really have no problem with the kid. He seems like a normal 25 to 26-year-old.
We all would have been doing stuff like that if we were.
1,000%. If I could sing like that when I was his age, I'd be the biggest piece of shit today in the world. If you turned 18, he made a good point, and you were worth billions, how would you behave? And I went, all right, kudos, fair point, young man. I fucking agree with the way you said that. I will bow down and go.
I love that.
I would be in prison or dead.
Well, I don't know. You don't watch Game of Thrones, but they call him the King Joffrey of pop. King Joffrey's like one of the worst rulers in Game of Thrones. It's like this kid who's like just pissed off at the world.
Yeah, and Bieber did a lot better than I think I would have done with all that money and influence.
It's called the roast of Justin Bieber. Sad words.
I'd just be dead. I'd just be a dead person. Imagine, Amir, if you turn 18 and you have billions at your disposal, would you be alive right now? Or would you have done some dumb shit?
I don't know. People do turn out to do crazy shit.
They ruin their lives. I'd be in jail or dead with that kind of money. Billions of dollars at my disposal. And or I'd have like 7 kids. I'd be a disaster.
Yeah, that's why
I'd be hating my life.
I never got why he got with Selena, because I feel like I wouldn't be able to be with one woman with that
much. No, and I don't understand how he's already married. It's just like,
yeah, not married, to Haley Baldwin, Alec Baldwin's daughter or something, or niece or something, some shit like that.
Yeah, no, I think it's just like his it's one of the Baldwin's kids. It's like, you could have done so much better. You could have dated like a model or married a supermodel.
He's Canadian. What do you expect? I'm just kidding.
He must just really be a fan of the Baldwin's acting. He's like, I'm just a big Baldwin fan.
Yeah.
What if that's what it's like the Presley thing? Yeah. It's like the Nick Cage thing. He's just obsessed with the Presley situation, so he's like, I'll get someone in the family to marry.
Oh my god. Yes.
I love Elvis, and he's just like, I love the Baldwins. He's just a weirdo because he's Canadian.
You know what else I like is that me and Rob also agree that Kurt Cobain was fucking murdered. He didn't
murdered by his wife, yeah.
Yes.
And that's why she sold all his shit. Now she's trying to sue everybody to get it back because his daughter, Frankie, is going, hey, where's all my dad's shit that was left to me in his will? And she's going, I sold it for coke money. Shit. I won't say crack because I think it really was just coke and hair. I don't think she ever had the crack problems. I won't disparage somebody's good name.
No,
a murderess.
Justin Bieber. That's the name of it. I don't know what else to tell you, sad words. Kevin Hart is the roast master.
But again, there's no way the amount of heroin that was reported in that dude's system, he
wouldn't be able to pick up a gun and shoot him. It's just
perfectly. He'd have blown his face off before he perfectly killed himself. Because there are people that are not fucked up that do this and it slips forward because of the force of the gun. Imagine if then you're intoxicated slightly where you don't have your grip. Boom. If you've ever taken a Vicodin, imagine trying to hold a gun steady. Just imagine being on, if you've ever had to take a Vicodin, if you've ever had to take a painkiller, imagine that times 1,000 and try and imagine There's no way. There's no way. That's yeah. His daughter's name is Frances, but I think they call her Frankie. I think that's the nickname she
I
goes
did meet
by.
a stand-up comedian in person, though. I don't know if you know Hannibal Buress. Actually, he was on the roast. He was on the Justin Bieber roast. I actually met him in Brooklyn. It was crazy. I have a picture.
And you know that apparently, do you know that whole suicide letter literally doesn't even read like a suicide letter?
Yeah, it does not.
It's like apparently like until the very end, it's like that's why I'm gonna kill myself.
It seems like
sounds like he was. It sounded like
had somebody hired to do the job,
or she did it herself.
Yeah. I think she got somebody to do it because it's just too clean. I don't think she would be able to because she was.
I don't think she mentally. I don't think. Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Junkie, like she wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's all that it was. Is she? And I almost feel bad for her because. No, I don't. She took away Kurt. Who probably would have.
One of the best
Kurt probably would have left and joined the Foo Fighters with Dave Grohl.
Foo Fighters. No,
they probably would have joined the band together.
Only came out because he died. Because then
I know because Grohl went and joined them, and that's Grohl formed the band. But I mean, weren't they trying to break up the band anyway? Nirvana.
I think they would have broke up. I think they would have had one more album in them and then probably broke up.
Then I think they would have either went their separate ways or those two would have went and formed Foo Fighters.
I can't imagine. Okay, so let's say Grohl goes his way, makes his band.
Kurt's still alive and he's playing in Foo Fighters. He'd be playing the guitar for Foo Fighters. He would have been. It'd have been like boom, 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 boom. It'd have been like Kurt still rules, or he'd have gotten really fat.
Wow, come on, Sam Smith. He says one less junkie in the world.
All your great musicians of the world have drug problems.
If you think about it, musicians, writers, a lot of them do drugs. That's how they come up with these great ideas.
Yeah, I mean, if you think any American literature is good, then you're fine with.
The perfect thing when Rob talked about Chris D'Elia because he doesn't do any drugs, and now we see that he's coming out with shit.
To me, I've often gone of the old adage: if people don't have vices, you shouldn't trust them.
Like not even caffeine. Like, come on, dude. Like,
how can you trust a person? That means that's someone that has to remain completely in control all the time.
Yeah.
For someone like me, I look at it like, yeah, I get fucked up and go live. I have no idea what could fly out of my mouth. For the most part, fuck you. So, because I don't have any like. The worst shit I've ever done is like I've accidentally said the N-word a few times in my life.
Sad words. So many people have died, and he says, "R.I.P. Juice WRLD." Yes, rest in peace, Juice WRLD. But why him? Why did you bring his name up?
Because I think he's like one of those. He's another young, promising artist that had a drug problem.
Yeah, there's a lot like that, though. I mean, I could give you a huge list like that, Rob.
Yeah, most talented musicians have drug problems. Eminem's
look at Heath Ledger. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Eminem somehow survived. I don't know how he made it through that problem he had. That was a drug problem.
Oh yeah, I think he almost did die.
He died, I think, like a couple of times, and they had to bring him back. He almost.
You know the band Motley Crue.
Yeah.
The bassist almost died. He actually was dead, and then they brought him back. Nikki Sixx.
Yeah,
that's for the movie on Netflix. Actually, really good movie, guys. If you want to check it out, that shows how
somebody in Motley Crue own a bar in Queens.
I don't know. I gotta look something. That may be true, but Motley Crue. You gotta watch this movie. It's called The Dirt. It talks about how they became a band, and then they showed that part where he's like about to die. I'm like, oh shit. Heroin. But he's not gonna die because in real life he's alive, and then you're like,
it's just heroin. They all got into heroin really hard. Heroin.
Yeah, that's what it was. It actually was heroin.
It happens. Rock stars got into musicians got into heroin.
They did like all those drugs back in the day. So
very interesting.
Don't judge people who do drugs because a lot of times that's where their creative side comes out. I wouldn't do that.
Look at Eminem post drugs. That's what recovery is. The album Recovery is sober as fuck Eminem.
If you have a lot of money, it's like, what do I spend it on? They spend it on drugs a lot of times. Drugs, going to the strip clubs, doing all this crazy shit. That's what they spend it on.
Juice WRLD, what? Juice WRLD overdosed on Percocets at the airport. What are you talking about, Jay?
Wait, he didn't get killed, didn't he?
Yeah. No, he literally killed himself because he panicked because he had a prior record and he was going to get busted with perks. Like a lot of them, I heard. Like enough for sales.
You saw Juice WRLD in person? Yeah. I saw Bon Jovi in person. That was a great fantasy.
Train to Busan and Parasite are excellent films.
Okay, Parasite is it's good, but it's a foreign film. A lot of people.
Oh, I don't like foreign films. Those both sound like foreign films.
Yeah, so
unless it's Jewish propaganda, which
Parasite
is
good. Parasite got a lot of hype. It's really good, but it's
not Jewish propaganda, pro-Jewish propaganda. That's what I meant.
It's a foreign film, so I don't know if you're gonna like it.
Sorry, me say follow my Tom, but Papa say for there. Yes. Fuck you, movie. That's not what he said. He said more than yes.
Heath Ledger.
That long ass statement.
Yes, off because he did such a good job as the Joker in that movie, man.
Yeah, I agree. And then he was on his roll to make a really good movie again too. That movie he was working on while he died.
Oh yeah,
that was supposed to be trippy as fuck.
Yeah.
What was the name of it?
I don't know. It starts with the I think I remember.
Like the introverted mind of Mr. Rover or some bullshit like that. It's like a trippy movie. Yeah, and I think they brought in Johnny Depp to finish it. Now I don't want to watch it.
And then another actor. They had
because they did like a time you go in the future, past, present, like they did like a time thing for him.
Who's the one that got killed in his car due to sexual assault? What?
You're thinking of XXX Tentacion, and he wasn't killed over that. They killed him over because he wouldn't give up his bag in a robbery. I get which one you mean though. The XXX guy, a lot of people dislike because he did beat the shit out of his pregnant girlfriend.
Yeah, Heath Ledger was the Joker, and he deserves the Oscar for sure.
Oh yeah, he got it. He was gonna win it if he didn't die anyway. But a lot of people say he only got it post.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, but he was
no, he was going to win it. Name another. He was
really good.
Yeah, Sadwords is going to say Ripback. A lot of people say Ripbacks, and I do too because he was killed for an unjust reason. But he did do some pretty foul shit.
Mm-hmm.
Beating up a pregnant girl. That's a bad look, Sadwords. But we shouldn't judge the dead. To be fair, especially ones who couldn't make up for the mistakes that they made in their past when they're gunned. See, the problem with him is that poor kid. Before he had the opportunity to make amends for his past, because he was actually starting to make amends for those mistakes that he'd made, for beating the women, for making all those mistakes. He had actually come out and kind of realized what he was doing. Yeah, he was making the right moves. Then he gets killed.
Joaquin Phoenix is amazing.
What? Joaquin Phoenix? Yeah.
Sam Smith brought up his name. He's such a good actor.
It sucks that his brother died.
Yeah,
that's going to probably even be a way better actor.
Yeah. But he's had a really tough life if you look into it, especially with the brother.
Losing his brother, who was everything to him. His brother like literally everything to that fucking dude.
Yeah, definitely.
And then River overdosed.
Wait till a pregnant girl deserved it. What are you talking?
Oh, come on, dude. No pregnant girl deserves to get beat up. Unless she's carrying baby Hitler. If I went back in time, I wouldn't. Israel exists because of baby Hitler. Israel exists because of baby Hitler. Just remember that. I'd still kill baby Hitler.
Yes, you can't kill Hitler because you kill Hitler, you alter the.
I probably don't come to exist because there's no way my Canadian mom agrees to move to Cairo, Egypt.
Watch movies like that, like
she agreed to move to Egypt. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way my
Back to the Future, right, Rob? Obviously.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it's like there's no way my white mama would have moved to the Middle East.
That's what I love. Cairo. They're like, you ever seen Hot Tub Time Machine? That movie's funny as hell.
Yeah.
This is why I like Rob, because he knows what he's talking about. What? That's just a blanket statement right there. He had multiple active cases going to court on those sexual assaults just before he was killed.
I know he had a lot of problems going on. I get that. But, again, those are accusations. I have trouble believing. You know how I am. Jay, you might not know, but I need guilty verdicts. I can't. Because of the amount of people that are famous that are falsely accused of things, it's very hard for me to.
It happens a lot of times.
It happens more often than you think. Even the payoffs are so they don't ruin their public image, because they can make you look terrible.
If it could happen to good people, let's say good presidents like John F. Kennedy, it could happen to anybody.
Anybody can be accused of this, and you got to stay hyper vigilant because it happens to a lot of rich people, a lot of rich men, and I don't until there's hard evidence. Man,
Oh yeah,
hard
no,
evidence.
Imaginarium of Doctor, whatever the last name is. Yeah, I know Mysterio. That's what I said.
That's what it was. The Imaginarium of Doctor.
Yeah,
That's what the fucking movie was.
I knew it was Imagination something, whatever. That was a good movie. It would have been much better though if Heath Ledger just played the whole role, but obviously he passed away. So.
Have you seen what we do in the shadows? We jump people in the shadows and take their lunch money. We out here in the red district.
Lunch. Oh, let's talk about that for a second though. Do you remember that lunch money and like how we were talking about like in the 90s things were different, people wore baggy pants and all this, and everything was just way different. In high school we didn't really have cell phones. It's all this crazy shit.
You know what's crazy? I finished school I think about 4 or 5 years, because you're 31, right? I'm 20, so you're 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
By the time I went there, I had the option of filling out my lunch cards at the start of the year, so I never had to carry lunch money, which is very interesting. Also, you could just call up and your parents could do it over the phone. And we were allowed to have phones during school. For me, it went from the Sidekick to touch phones because before I started high school was the iPhone had already released.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right about that. When I was in high school, we had cell phones.
I think your senior year, the iPhone came out, right?
Yeah.
2007.
We had cell phones, but we were not allowed to bring them.
You guys had like Sidekicks and shit, and you weren't allowed to have them.
Oh yeah, we had Sidekicks out. We were not allowed to bring them to school. A lot of kids did, but in my school, if they had it, the teacher would literally confiscate your phone. Like, take.
You remember this?
Like, I'm not giving this back to you until the end of the day. And I'm like, okay, you freaking asshole.
All the rich kids that would have their phones, like
the shit back in the day though, because it had a full keyboard and you could just do this. But
yeah, if you didn't have a Sidekick, you were a broke boy.
I remember before the Sidekick, I had this phone that you had to literally tap the number a few times just to get one letter.
ABC.
Yeah, like that.
You'd have to go. What would it be like? 77777S. Then go to 8888 for U, and then AB 11 or 222 for C, and then you'd have to be like for the middle would be 4 and for JFK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that shit.
I hated that so much. And I hated texting back then. I'd be like, can you just call me, bro? It's easier to talk that way. Mm-hmm.
We were allowed to use our phones in the hallway and at lunch after our sophomore year because our like the students like sued the state about using phones.
Saturday says we can use our phone in lunch, and if you're sleek, you can use it in class. Yeah, no, I remember we had phones, but a lot of people didn't. Like, I didn't have a cell phone until I was 16.
Oh, and no, Sam, we're not talking shit. I wish I was a teenager nowadays. It'd be so much better to grow up in today's world. Fuck, I hated that. I hated being.
What did Sam Smith say? I don't even see his comment.
Old guys talking shit about of now. No. Don't get me wrong. I prefer today. I'd prefer to be a teenager today.
I'm not talking shit about it. I'm just reminiscing and how things were back then. That's all, Sam Smith, which is totally fine. Because
I'm hyper jealous.
The one thing I did like about it is that we did more
outside shit.
We were more outdoorsy, than today's world. Everybody's more like inside and awkward.
I just hated that.
You know what it is? Their concentration is really bad. I talk to kids nowadays, like if they're younger, they're always on their phone, and it's so hard to talk to them.
Yeah, it's hard to get people's attention.
Yeah, they really have I'm not saying everybody. Don't get mad. I'm not saying everybody here, but for the majority that I know, a lot of them have bad attention spans.
But I will say though, it was a lot cooler growing with the technology though, because it's always been brand new. Ooh, this is new. This is new. This is new. This is new. What's this? What's this?
When we were younger, it got better, and better. Now,
to be fair,
it's already at its peak. It can't get better.
Yeah, we were like, it can't keep getting any better, can it? That's my attitude. To be fair, that's true. That's true. I do remember terrible technologies, man. Terrible.
Talking shit would be that kids and now, like, also what I hate is like.
I don't think they're pussies at all. I think it's it is what times change.
Yeah, but it's also like, when we played sports, there's a winner and loser. Nowadays, they try to like
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, like people try to pretend like we didn't get like participation trophies too.
We did, but it wasn't on the same level. I feel like they
and you know what I hate? It's like our parents that talk shit about like our generation being kind of like pussy and soft. It's like you do realize you're the ones that gave us these trophies nobody asked for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody asked for the participation trophies. They were just given to us by a generation that insults us for the trophies they gave us for no reason.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's
we didn't ask for those. Why do we have these? Why are you mad that we got those?
It is way worse now, Rob. It's like,
yeah, they're literally.
I remember I forgot who it was.
I remember the floppy disk. I remember using floppy disks.
I remember floppy disk. I remember VCR. I remember all that kind of stuff.
It's still baffling to me that my computer doesn't have a CD-ROM case anywhere on it, like a place where I could put CDs into it. I bought CDs recently because I forget.
Floppy disks for a while, Michael Grant, actually.
250 megabyte floppy disks, and everyone's like, damn.
It's like so much space, dude. Floppy
disk can't get better. No, tech will get better, but it feels like, to us, it's like, can it still get better? How much better can it get?
Sam Smith still has to go out and get laid.
I know, man. Tinder's they almost got fuck bots. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's just gonna go.
I'm sorry.
Imagine ordering that. Like, hey.
It's my name with the sex box, and her name is Sony. Remember that episode of Family Guy?
You fucking fights you instead or something.
Family Guy predicted the future with that one when they predicted the sex box from Sony.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody getting ask the boomers why they gave everybody participation trophies. Then we didn't ask for them.
Yeah,
I don't remember one kid that lost going, I hope we get a trophy. No, they were just angry that they lost, and then they gave us a shitty trophy that said, "Hey, at least you tried." I remember a lot of kids threw them into garbage.
This is what I also remember. Like, so it was dial-up. Before dial-up, there was no internet. Then there was dial-up. Dial-up was so slow and so aggravating. Everybody had AOL, and you know how nowadays you text people. We didn't text people. We talked on AIM, a lot of it. I remember that too. AIM, AOL chat rooms.
Having a good AIM name,
is
the key to being cool.
Oh yeah, yep. And you would talk to girls on there like crazy all the time. Everybody gets a trophy.
I went by that one guy, Isaac.
Yeah.
That was my AIM name for quite a while.
That one guy, Isaac. Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, that's why it always freaks me out when I see that one guy. I'm like, I expect to see a name after. But then I always had the best away statuses.
Dial-up broadband came and that changed everything. Then after broadband, you got Wi-Fi. Of course, that's what we are now. You see, I'm telling you, Sadwords got trophies for that when you were a kid.
I think there was like a tech show that was like in the Texans, like, fuck off. They banned the robotic hookers. Damn, they banned robotic hookers. That's bullshit, bro. Hashtag robo rights. Hashtag robosexuals deserve rights too. Hashtag this is bullshit. Hashtag pride. Hashtag hashtags.
Yeah. I remember we used to play a lot more video games back then too. When we didn't have games. Like the I was playing a lot of video games.
They actually used to release like fully completed games and not charge $60 for the other half of the game.
And they didn't cost as much as they do now. Like the price.
No, they were $30 for a complete game instead of $60 for half the game, and then $60 for the other half about a few months later.
And online gaming is cool. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but they just focused so much on online gaming and forgot about the other part of games, like the story modes. Hello, what happened to that, guys?
Oh, you want to know what else? He said must have been harder. You know what I've learned recently? That the Stranger Danger campaign was started by the Families Union. That makes sense, right? The Families Defense people, right? Mm-hmm. The Foundation for Strong Families and everything. Do you know why they started that rumor that the biggest concern for children's safety is stranger danger? Because when they found out the results of these polls, they found out that children's greatest chances of being fucked over is by like a family relative, somebody they know.
Usually,
and it's somebody close to the family. It's somebody you know. So that thing, they went, if this fucking gets out that it's most likely going to be somebody you know and are close to, that will destroy the fabric of it will destroy the way people see the family. And that's a very good way to view it. So they started the stranger danger campaign to make people kind of pay attention to the wrong threat to their children, which is very dangerous to children. So
no, yeah,
your kids are most likely going to be abducted or killed by like your relatives. Sorry to tell you, that's just how it goes.
What else? I mean, this wasn't a big thing when we were growing up, but before we were growing up, there were a lot of serial killers, and they were able to get away with shit.
Yeah, like that's why my dad never let me ever stay with a relative, because he said that like you can't trust family with the kids. Not till you can defend yourself. I wasn't allowed to stay with family by myself without my parents till I was like 15, 16. And that's because I can defend myself.
The video game raises another point. What do you mean, Michael Grant? What does it raise? The cost of the game for having it was disc. So if it's a download, why is the game still expensive?
Exactly, Michael. You know what they ought to do, and I've heard a lot of companies are considering doing this the Fortnite method. They already charged for a lot of stuff in game anyway, and they've already determined you can make way more money just charging for stuff in game and giving away the game for free.
See,
I wouldn't be shocked within 2 years if that's not the industry standard. Or selling game passes for inside the game.
I agree with what you're saying, Rob, but this is the thing. They also should have, like, if you're good at the game or you play well, kind of like in 2K, where when you play well, you get more VC. That's what they should have for all those games. If you play well, you can still pay for things with it. Because I don't want microtransactions.
No, you guys, hold on. I think people are misunderstanding the points. That's a sick family. No, I'm not saying that my dad didn't trust our family members. The odds are, if you're at risk to be abducted, which most kids are, every kid is basically. There's sick fucking people out there. You're basically like you're going to be stolen by your family, and you shouldn't trust your family with your kids. That's the way I view it. You really shouldn't, because odds are they're the ones who are going to fuck you over in that department. Don't know why it's like that, but it is. Stranger danger is a myth, by the way. I mean, your kids should be vigilant of strangers, but for the most part, it's your family. It's somebody you know, a friend. Kids don't go to strangers. Have you ever seen a kid around a stranger? They hide. What the fuck kind of stranger has the magic of the Pied Piper?
Candy, Rob.
Yeah, kids know not to go to strangers. It's the person you trust that grabs them from school or something, and you never see them again. There's a reason cops go to family first with missing kids. They don't even pay attention to randos. But Fortnite graphically is like, yeah, no, I get like Fortnite's bad, but like there's gonna be other games that sell things like battle passes to this extra, to like an accelerated game. But that's going to eventually be the standards, because you can make $120 a year off somebody for $10 a month, or you can make the initial $60.
I agree, Rob. But do you agree with me that there should be a reward system of being good at the game?
Yeah, you can earn free from playing the game a lot. Yeah, I think there should be something like that in it too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like a reward system in game. Yeah. 100%. I think some games offer that.
Yeah. Like 2K does that kind of.
Oh, shit.
But like what they should do is what you said. Stop charging the full price
for the games.
Because the thing is, they're benefiting twice. They're charging the full price and they're putting microtransactions. So we end up paying so much more for the game than we should.
I'm not saying that, I'm just saying you got to be vigilant.
Candy Sam Smith was back in the day. We're talking about back in the day. And now you have to give him an iPhone 11.
As long as I accidentally backed into my chair or into my desk here. My chair.
I have to refuse. Yeah, I refuse to pay.
Yeah, I don't play games. I don't pay money for games, but I think it should be. For the most part, soon games will be free because they only make $60 on one sale anyway. They can make more money if they get a lot more people just having the game and paying $5 to $10 a month for a battle pass or for a game pass on the game. Dude, that's so much more money. It's crazy. Because people will be inclined to be fine with paying $5 a month because they won't. They'll be like, well, the game was free anyway. It's dope. And, like it's psychological. I'm telling you. That's why Fortnite works the way it did. You know how much money that fucking game makes?
Yeah.
It's a free game. You could get it for free.
Everyone should try out Google
Stadia.
We'll see. I heard about it.
It is the most money hungry company. Yeah, they just swallow up companies left and right and then spit them back out.
Yeah.
The Sims used to be made by Maxis Studios, not EA.
When we were buying 2K, it's $60. Yeah, $60 when it comes out. And actually, it costs more if you buy like the Legendary Edition that a lot of people buy. It's like $100. That's the one I buy, because that's when, you know why I buy that one, Rob? Because they give you the VC, the extra VC.
Yeah, I know. They always hook you up.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm burning out pretty quick here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, how much more time should we do, you think?
It's up to you. I'm fine with however much longer.
Okay, I was gonna say 15 more minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. Make it a solid 2.5.
We'll have the nice 2.5 hour mark.
Yeah, that works.
All right, cool. You know how much money they could make? Oh, wait, sorry. Are you going live after this, or are you just like?
No, I'm gonna be done tonight.
Oh, okay, cool. Now I just want to make sure, because if you were, I was gonna say go check out Rob, obviously, after this stream. I need your guys' opinions. I just met this bad female. I mean, she is stunning, but she's a real spell-casting witch. Should I leave her alone or take her home? What do you mean, witch? She's a real witch.
She's a Wiccan. Yeah, like
take her home.
Yeah,
if she likes you, you got nothing wrong with it.
Dog, this isn't Harry Potter. You're not going to get struck with magic.
I will say.
Let me tell you.
Don't get on her.
A woman told me that I would never. Hold on. I've been cursed by several witches. One cursed me to die before I turned 20. Very interesting. I'm still very much alive, in very good health too, by the way. I will never know love. I have a very nice girlfriend, and I was in a relationship for 5 years. Very nice relationship. And I'll be ugly. I mean, I'm not that good looking, but it's like, bitch, you just made an educated guess that I was gonna stay ugly. Fuck you. Like, that's the only one you could say that kind of worked, but it's like she just kind of like looked at me funny. Like I'm just weird looking.
Can she do a spell to make you less ugly? Sam Smith said, take her if she's bad, sad words. And AK said, she gonna turn you into a frog.
You're fine. Witchcraft isn't real. You want to know how I know witchcraft isn't real? Because if they would have killed one actual witch in any of history, how did they ever catch them? You'll never know if witches are real because they've never been able to catch and kill a witch. Because if they catch you, wouldn't you just use your wizardry and just not be in the binds anymore? Be like, well, I'm clearly not a wizard.
The Salem witch trial, which was obviously
to me, exactly. To me,
thing ever.
I literally would have looked at them and be like, how am I a wizard? I would have used my wizardry to break out of this bind. And they would have been like, that's a really good point.
Rope is unbreakable. Magic.
No, they could have just broke it. They could have just been like, I just unbreak it with my magic. Dude. I just break it. I have the powers of the devil, right? Yes, you do, you wizard. I'd be like, wouldn't I use my devil powers to not let you get me? I'd just leave. I'd fly away despite being bound. I would have been. I feel like those people just didn't think of that. I guarantee they didn't because they're stupid. They didn't think like that.
Michael Grant said, maybe go to her place.
Yeah, go to her place. Go to her place.
No, you don't want to go to her place. Actually, take care of you.
Yeah, no, you go to your place or a friend's. Ask a friend if you
have some shit at her place.
Yeah, she might have like decapitated chicken heads. You never know.
You go there, you open the fridge, you see a head, like, what the fuck?
You're Wiccan. Oh, you're Wiccan, huh?
You don't want to go to her place, Michael. You don't know what she has at her place.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, Anonymous. Just don't be afraid of the wizardry. It's not real. It's not. We don't live in Harry Potter.
That's her. What the hell?
Nope. Then they would have just accused you of being a witch too.
Yeah,
I know. It was a crazy time. Crazy times back then. I'd have accused everybody that was my rival of being a wizard or a witch.
Be like, yo, Peyton Manning is a freaking wizard.
Like, look at Peyton Manning. He's clearly a wizard.
Peyton Manning throws great passes. It's too good.
Mahomes, I'd be like, and this new guy, this Mahomes fella, clearly. So many wizards.
Nobody can throw a ball without looking. Come on, guys. It's literally impossible.
See what's going on.
There's more than one female man. What? I'm going to tell you, Rob, this has been so much fun. This podcast.
Yeah, it has been.
And it's like, I know it's 2 hours, but like, wow. It
went by quick.
It went by really quick.
It was lagging at first when it was just political talk, and then it just.
Yeah, I liked it once we got out of the political
Yeah,
stuff.
me too. 24-0.
Like, I could talk about politics for a little bit, but then
you know how impressive it was that we did an hour straight, basically, of very divisive political talk, and your like to dislike ratio is 24-0.
I am very surprised because usually I get at least one dislike, but yeah.
And most people are like, "This is pretty good."
My friends got falsely accused of rape, so I'm not messing with females. What?
Oh, I feel you. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear. That's some bullshit, AK.
Yeah, what the hell?
I hate that shit more than anything.
Chat was heavy during the political. Yeah, but it's just everybody saying like "fuck you," this is mine, and this is mine.
Which I'm stunned nobody left this.
That's what I hate about political stuff.
Nobody will listen to each other.
Nobody ever is open to the other guy's side. Nobody.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I hate about it. It's just everybody sticks to their guns.
You know South Park where they go rabble, 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 and then all of a sudden it like clears out one person going, yeah, well, I think, and then it's just like, oh, yeah, rabble, rabble. It's both sides of the sides that are fighting. That's really what it turns into when people talk politics. People going rabble, rabble, rabble at town hall. I think South Park nails that beautifully when they fucking just go, this is what this is, by the way, when you guys fight politics. It's a bunch of idiots in the middle of town square going, God damn it, Sam. God damn it, Sam.
Why would you say that? He said he got a... Damn. He said, but there's no proof. You can't really prove rape. How would you prove it?
I can't laugh that hard. I can't laugh that hard. I can't laugh that hard.
Yeah, that was a sick joke, Sam Smith. Why would you laugh at something like that?
No, I think basically the way it comes down to is like, since we weren't disrespectful of people's opinions, that they're all right with the political talk.
No, I mean, this is a sports channel, but this podcast is not sports related. That's what I'm trying to tell people. We can talk about sports, but it's not the main thing that drives it. Because like the sports podcast is going to be completely different. That's going to be basically all sports, and we don't really have sports to talk about right now. That's what, like, it's all like speculating, like Rob said. I don't want to speculate forever. It really picks me up because when you speculate and then the season comes and then none of it turns out the way that it was.
And then Deebo Samuel breaks his foot and probably could potentially fuck the 49ers going back to the Super Bowl because they might not win the division now.
You got a question now. Where will the 49ers be? How long will he come back? What week will he be back?
How is his foot injury going to recover? Because foot injuries are hit and miss, by the way, especially at the NFL level. They usually don't recover. Derwin James had a foot injury and missed the entire season last year. He had like athletes.
You are right, Mike Grant. That is an excellent point about politics, though. A lot of people use that they heard from someone else that hasn't really. That's not
a lot of people quote Ben Shapiro, and I can tell when they quote Ben Shapiro because I watch Ben Shapiro because he's a traitor.
Don't do it, Anonymous. Why would you do that? Don't be the guy. I want to have a perfect ratio on this stream, which would be great.
No, there's one troll watching that's gonna leave a dislike now.
No, I don't care if it happens after. If it's like this, we're good. That's funny, Sam. Be accused when you never slept with this or that. Oh, damn. Jay coming at him. I have a feeling the season will be canceled. The NFL season? I hope not.
Same here. Same here. I have a bad feeling in my gut that we're not going to have football this year.
I agree. And that would suck because all the speculation, all this talk would just go to waste. But I know one thing. Goodell really
they want to have the season. Everybody really wants there to be a season, and I really hope there is. And I think there will be. But in my gut, dude, it's going, hey, man.
Let's say this. It's not looking good right now.
My gut's going like, I'm never wrong.
One thing, Rob, we are kind of lucky. It's still June. There is time for recovery. These guys will all be recovered in July. They'll be fine. It'll be like nothing happened. But we got to have people stop getting the virus. Quarantine players, especially. That's what you got to do, man. Stop partying with tons of people.
I think a lot of it happened with the protesting.
Smoking a blunt. Yeah, I know you wouldn't do that, Anonymous. You're a good guy. This upcoming months are going to be so uncertain. Yeah.
Sorry about the noise now.
What noise?
Oh, you can't hear my air conditioner?
I don't hear shit.
I've had this thing off for the last 2.5 hours because I didn't want it to be heard.
Do you hear my AC? It's on.
No, I don't hear it.
Oh, okay, so that's great. I don't
Great.
hear
We both. So okay, I'm glad nobody can hear this now.
I did not. I saw you get up and do something, but I didn't hear or change in anything.
Yeah, I needed to turn on my air.
Yeah.
Do I still look radically different with short hair now?
Yeah, but I got used to it now.
Yeah. Now
it takes, like, it's funny, haircuts and all that. It takes like a week or so to get used to it, and you're just like, I guess this is what Rob looks like now.
Yeah, why is someone named Kaylee trending in Michigan?
What happened?
Oh, never mind. It's press secretary.
Oh. A close friend of mine just tested positive for COVID. Feel bad for him and definitely don't want to see him for at least 2 weeks. Yeah, that's true, Anonymous. Just
virus is spreading crazy. Yeah, stay safe, everybody. Make sure you wear a mask in case you get it. Make sure you wear a mask. That's why you should wear one. I don't look like Ron Howard. I look like a sex symbol. Like I got a hairy chest, brother.
Podcast. I don't know. Maybe. So far. It's only 5 episodes so far, Colby. So, you know.
It's what the people want.
Yeah.
They want more.
And I said, why not? It's Friday night. I don't have work tomorrow. I like talking to Rob. I like talking to the people. So why not?
Yeah. Usually the last one was like hour 45. But that's because Alex had to go.
Alex was. What happened to you right now is what happened to Alex. He got tired.
He crashed early. Normally I can go at about 2.5 hours.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob. Last time you said that you will go live after the podcast, but I feel like you're tired now, so you don't feel like, which is cool. But I'm just saying,
I don't want to go. I don't want to go live. I burned out.
No, and I get that. Trust me, when you do a podcast like this, and you know, that's great.
You got mask. Yeah, as long as you guys got the masks and everything. Yeah.
Oh, I leave the house, Colby, because if I don't leave the house, I'll go utterly insane.
Anonymous is just jealous that I can fuck old boomers on command because they all think I look like somebody from Happy Days. That's really all it is. They're jealous because they all wanted to fuck Ron Howard from back in the day, and he knows that's the amount of bitches I pull. I be pulling mad old coochie looking like this. Don't act like you're not jealous, and I understand, Anonymous.
Wait. Guys, Alex is watching a movie. Let's all do a slow clap.
What movie?
You should be watching more movies, Alex. Alex is really stubborn. When I tell him, you'll enjoy it. And he's finally doing it. What movie are you? Yeah, good question, Rob. What movie are you watching? Thanks, guys. Best live yet. Thanks for making it a safe space and not banning. And guys in the chat. Oh, yeah.
Remember when Nuzdar said outside linebacker meant offensive linebacker? Well, you know what's even better about the Nuzdar thing? We found out he genuinely plays semi-professional football.
Yeah.
He's not lying. He's on a team. We've seen the picture. I don't know how he plays pro football and thinks OLB is offensive linebacker.
Offensive linebacker. Look it up. He's still talking about it.
Nuzdar, that means it's the outside linebacker.
Yeah. And then, there's the outside linebacker and inside linebacker.
And they also call it weak and strong side and Mike for middle. Will and Sam, actually. Those are the names. Sorry. Rob, I'll never forget that. The offensive linebacker. John Q, great movie. Okay. I'm watching Olympus Has Fallen. Ooh.
John Q is good. I'm watching Olympus Has Fallen. I've never seen it even. Yeah, I mean, 2013, 2013 seems like a long time ago, but for me, in movie, that's not that long ago. I've watched movies from the 80s, 70s. I've seen movies from the 20s where they don't even talk. So like,
would you guys be scared if you were like waking up and then all of a sudden you look through your curtains and this is what you've seen?
Hell yeah, that shit looks creepy as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
How scared would you be if I was just
I would be scared because I know you, Rob. I wouldn't be that scared, but if it's somebody I don't know, I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Hello.
That's bothersome.
The voice on top of it really bothers me.
Hi. Oh my God! Please go away.
Yeah,
it'd be like this. It'd be like
you can tell something though. Rob is getting tired because he's doing crazy shit that I've never seen him do on any. I've never seen you do that even on your own.
I didn't even notice that looked like that till I Definitely jealous of your.
Again, Rob, because I literally got chills from that.
Rob is a fucking madman. Definitely jealous of your Rob Howard likeness. I want those. Yeah, yeah. I fuck all the Karens. I keep them in line. But I've been because of Corona, and you notice they've been bucking out since Corona. I haven't been able to dick them all down. I'm a busy man when I'm, I pretend like I go to college, but I'm really just fucking old ladies to keep the Karens in place. But I can't lately.
Guys, we are at pretty much.
That's the last thing we're going to talk about.
We're at the 2.5 hour mark, pretty much. Rob, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me on, man. I very much appreciate it.
Yeah, and you're always welcome, bro. We'll do more streams like this.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, what do you want to say before we end the stream? Anything you want to say? Any last words, comments, anything?
No, man. Thank you for coming on. Make sure you subscribe to Amir's channel if you want to. Subscribe to mine if you're not already subscribed. You can just do. Yeah, literally, you just type if you need the link. It's just I'll put it in here. Watch youtube.com/DirtyRob TV. That's all you got to do. You just got to put it literally that, and then you just go right there, and you'll find my channel. Yeah,
that's literally his channel, his Twitter, his channel's in the description, both of them. If you use Twitter, some people
thank you.
Love that kind of stuff. I know Rob actually tweets. I want to get more into actually tweeting instead of just sharing videos.
Yeah, I need to get more back into it, but I had to take a break.
Yeah, but I see Rob tweets. If you really want to check out a controversial Twitter, check out Texas Sports. Is it Texas Sports on there? Texas Sports, right?
Trey's on Twitter, yeah.
Trey Martin or Texas Sports, whatever he goes by on Twitter. I have nothing against the guy, but he just has some really controversial tweets. His opinion is different than mine, and I respect his opinion. But yeah, I don't agree with it, but I respect it because it's his. Anyway, we are out of here. See you guys. Thank you for coming on, Rob, again. Great.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
See you around.
I agree. It's fun.
See you in the next live stream, and I'm pretty sure Rob is going to be doing 2K or something tomorrow. I don't know. Check him out.
Like around noon or something.
Check out whenever he's live. Subscribe to his channel. It's in the description. He put it in the chat. It's all over this place. If you like Twitter, follow him on Twitter. And we are out. Peace out. See you around the bend. See you in the next live streaming video. Take care. Watch Rob tomorrow. Watch me. Watch Alex Sports. Watch all the great YouTubers on here. Thank you all for watching, and peace.